Yo, y'all make sure y'all can hear y'all talk, y'all.
Hey.
Hello.
All right, chat. Let them know if y'all can hear them now.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I see the desktop audio, so that's good. I just don't want to start it again until they see what's going on. Chat, I need y'all to talk to me. Talk to me, chat.
Yeah, there we go. It's it just reset.
Yeah. Can you? I just want to make sure that they can.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, it says I can hear. It works now.
All right, cool.
Live.
Nah, my man. That's what I'm saying. Let me restart my thing so I can see the live updated chat. Sorry, y'all. Apologies as I'm figuring this thing out. Yes, slow. The budget, I know. we do it a lot.
We need to get you over to stream.
Isn't it control over it? Addict's fault was last.
Look at Addict. Look at it. He's starting to intro. Shut up, Addict. All right, we definitely back now. Hopefully.
Yes, we
Please
are.
let me know y'all can hear them. Can y'all hear them?
Can you hear?
Can you hear?
Can you hear the words that's coming out of my mouth?
I see levels. You know what I'm saying?
Levels to this,
Yeah,
man.
they said, yeah,
Should
boy.
start out with "Can you?" dig
Can
it?"
you dig it? And we are live, the remix. Welcome to the iLords podcast and the lordsofgaming.net. Episode number 149. It feels like I haven't said this before. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest. And we've got Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Call of Duty Warzone, Game Stack Live, and Horizon Zero Dawn the PC to discuss. So we gonna get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord, whom the IOP is not only proud to call a true friend to the realm through his positivity as a content creator, but philanthropic streams and former career as NYPD is the epitome of the expression true blue. Introducing the creator and host of Breakfast with Boom, Xbox Factor, Primetime Gaming, and the Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel. My podcast brother from another mother and fellow graduate of Mr. Lee's game trading program. Live from New Rock City and making his return into the realm of the Lords. My man, Lord MrboomstickXL. How you doing, sir?
Well, listen, it's great to be back, man. This is a very trying time in the world, and I gotta tell you, the more podcasts that come out, the easier it eases people's anxieties in the world. And of course, this is one of my personal favorites, and one that I think everyone tunes into because of the positivity that comes from the entire realm, but also, you guys don't pick sides. You play games, and at the end of the day, that is what is important.
Facts, brother, man. Well said, man. First off, definitely want to. It's been a while since you've been on, so it's good to have you back. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, I really want to thank you personally. Obviously, we had a special thing that just went down on Double Barrel Gaming for our brother Lord Dizzy, you know what I'm saying? So I want to salute you, Mikey Barra, Wilmy Hood, Randall Thor, Zemi Games, everyone that came together because, boom, like you did a fantastic job. I knew you were the right man to host, you know what I'm saying? You galvanized the people for something positive, and it gave me a lot of faith in our community. So thank you, Boom, for hosting that, doing something special, man. People don't know how much behind the scenes you do and you give, and I just wanted to thank you, content creator host to content creator host. Salute.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, but real quick, I had we had talked privately before going live. I kind of just wanted to give the community a breakdown idea of how the monies came through, what was taken by Google, and what is going to Dizzy and his family. We collected exactly $1,448.
Salute.
My wife Josette and I, we added an additional $52 to make it $1,500 even. And after Google took their 30% cut, the monies were left at $950.
Wow.
And this is where Josette and I, we had promised prior to going live on the show that we would pick up the entire 30% plus to make sure that Dizzy and his family were getting maximum dollar.
That's what's
so
up.
We are adding 500 and whatever it is dollars more. Plus, we are paying the transfer fee.
Wow.
For PayPal, because they do charge you to send the money.
Wow.
And so he is getting on the 21st a total of $1,500.
I had to put the millions up for that, y'all. I had to put the millions. We doing it for this, man, for a good millions of dollars, brother.
And it's funny because obviously being retired and not working, it's just one check coming in per month. And I'm not rich, but what wind up happening is because of the cancellation of E3, which of course King and the rest of us were very devastated. He was kind enough to kind of push the envelope on getting us our money sooner than later. So basically, I took all of the E3 monies that were already spent and just moved it over to iDizzy and his family for the total amount of $1,500. And you know what? I got to tell you, what's impressive, what really makes my heart beat an extra beat is to know that I'm not even at 4,000 subs. I'm a very small channel. And to not only have the star power with like we had with the Randall Thor and a Wilmy Hood, and Zemi Games, come through. We had Mike Ybarra.
That was
and
special.
I'm sorry to say, man. I mean, listen, this is a small channel. Mike Ybarra is big time. This is a guy that not only was held a very, very high position within Microsoft. He also is now the vice president and general manager of Blizzard Entertainment, and that's no slouch position.
Absolutely.
So to have him come through and spend over an hour and 20 minutes with us to do something special like this for Dizzy and his family is pretty incredible. But more so than just that, the community at large. My God, you guys and gals responded in such kind that when you break it down, we made technically $750 per hour.
Woo! Got to throw the million bands for that one.
$200 in a 2-hour stream. Do you understand that there are some streams that don't even get close to 500, let alone that much money? So a big tip of the hat, if you will, to this entire community that came together. They put down their biases with console war shit and completely went out there and did something for good. And I gotta tell you, with the way the world is now, this really ignited my faith in humanity.
Absolutely, yo. So we're gonna definitely bend the knee to the community right now because for everything that came through. So we get that bend the knee, put the bend the knee up for everyone who came through, who showed positivity. Even if you didn't donate, that was amazing. So salute to you. We bend the knee to y'all. We got some super chats. Attic, can you take care of these super chats so I can throw this crest up?
We definitely can. So we got a $15 super chat from Smitty Smith.
Woo!
I may be a little biased, but my brother Boom and the Iron Lords podcast are the best out there. Salute to my fellow New York double barrel ILP for life. iDizzy, we got you, fam. We walk the walk together.
No doubt.
I got a $2 super chat from Brap. Lord Boom.
Let me some Enrique.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The crest goes up for Enrique as well. So salute, man. Special day. Real quickly, Boom, have you got a chance to play anything recently? These last couple of days, everything going on?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I got about maybe 2.5 hours into Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Woo! The reason why it's not 10 hours or 15 hours is because, quite frankly, I cannot stop playing The Division.
Woo! New York
DLC is Oh my God, it's so good. It is
Nice.
so old school.
Nice.
Division 1 back in NYC.
Woo!
Walking
Mecca.
the streets.
Yes.
And you know what? Gotta say that loot is kind of dope.
I'm hearing good things, man. I gotta touch it, man.
I can't stop upgrading my stuff. And I just beat I'm halfway through. I just beat the main guy. And I'm just going after now the
Aaron Keener. You did the Aaron Keener?
Yeah, I beat Keen,
All right.
and I'm heading over to beat now it's Saturn, it's Neptune, it's a few other planets that I got to take down. And then I'll get back over to Washington D.C. and help those folks out. You know what I'm saying?
No. Shout out to Slow Mo. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. He said, you disgruntled Destiny players may need to make. Oh, come on, Slow. Not like this. Not like this, Slow.
Say it ain't so.
Oh, man. You know Slow's ready, man. A Dizzy, another game cog will abandon us console guys. Oh, stop it. Anyway. And you know we got not the 4 horsemen. We actually 1 horseman down. Unfortunately, please, y'all, send your thoughts and prayers to Sov and Lady Sov. He's going through a situation right now. He needs all the love and the support he can get. You guys don't know behind the scene how much my brother really makes the extra effort to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with everything that's going on in the world, we just wanted him to be safe. And also Lady Soft to be safe and much success on the procedure and things that they're doing. So again, if you haven't, please send Solve a message, man. He needs y'all love, man, for real. So we are going to continue on. Still with 3 horsemen of gaming, but it's all good. My co-host with the co-most, who I now appreciate doing OBS Streamlabs. My brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, Lord of Reviews, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
I like how you smiling. You feeling good about that mess up. You feeling good.
It's going fantastic.
It's like, I'm doing pretty good,
Actually,
man.
I wasn't even thinking about that. But now I am.
Your efforts are appreciated, sir. We bend the knee to your Streamlag knowledge. It's not as easy as people think. Continue.
That's all.
That's all. What else you been playing, man?
I beat OriandtheWilloftheWisps. I've been
Wow.
playing a lot of
He's out of control,
Destiny
my
here
dude.
lately.
He's a savage. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a
That's
beast.
not. He doesn't even make.
Oh,
sense.
throw the crest up. Throw the crest up. Forte with the super chat.
Yeah.
I knew we love Boom. $2 super chat. I knew we love Boom for a reason. Keep killing it. You already
Thank
know.
you, sir. It is a pleasure and an honor to know you and call you my brother.
You already know. Lord Forte. That's what's up. So you just so you actually beat Ori, man. You got it done already.
Yeah.
Difficult game. You don't let these games live. Damn.
No,
Well,
he don't.
Be looking out for my review. Tomorrow, it'll be launching tomorrow on my channel.
No.
Because I got a review copy like a day before. I would have had it sooner. It's just Ori decided to come out when I had work. So, you know.
I feel you. And you still got it done.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's what's up. That's what's up. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer,
Ooh.
the Lord of Combat Sports, King of the Statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
I'm a little depressed, man.
Oh, what's going on?
I'm a little depressed.
What's going on?
'Cause I really wanted to come through on Thursday, and my butt was sitting there. Made sure that the PC was on and everything was ready. Sat down on the couch. I was playing some Destiny. I said, you know what? I got at least a half an hour. Let me get like 15 minutes worth of sleep because I work at night.
Yeah.
And I woke up and it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I was like, dang. Like I had something special for my man Diz. So I said, you know, God works in a way that I guess maybe he didn't want me to put that on air for the brother. And, you know, I'm shipping it out to him, you know, personally. So I guess that's between me and my brother. And, you know, because, you know, Dizzy is there every time we go live and he's there for us. And, you know, and I'm like, you know, I really wanted to be there, really, for my brother.
Happens,
to be honest
bro.
with you.
Don't beat yourself up about it, bro. It happens. We know how this your situation is and how everybody's situation
Yeah,
is.
it's just everything is really wild right now. So, let's boost the energy up.
Yeah. Shout out to Boom with the $5 super chat. Put the crest up. Let's go. 100. All type of emojis. Yes. Energy's up. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it. So what I've been playing this week. Well, let's shout out to the Bleeding Edge and who did that for you in that Game Pass.
Oh man.
So it got to the point now.
Wait, what happened? It was who did what for who?
Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer. So
oh man, new emoji. Let's get it.
Love it.
All right, so I already had Ori and Will of the Wisps already downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shout out to me for being the absolute fraud that I am. The super fraud. I'm wearing that badge well because I never finished the first one. So the boy has to go back and finish the first one before he can finish the second one or play the second one. I'm not gonna be a fraud and just play the second one and act like I'm about that life.
I feel you.
Downloaded Yakuza. I started a little bit of that, but I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, so I was like, "Yo, I gotta finish all some of that."
We gotta talk about that. I didn't know that. We gotta talk about that later.
Okay, so the Children of Mortar. Now, see, this is what takes up my absolute time. Anytime a game is giving me any type of headache or any type of crap, you know what I'm doing? I'm playing that. So I got one of my characters absolutely maxed out in their level, right? And I got the next one at level 19. She's about to be maxed out. So both women are maxed out, basically almost maxed out. And I got the guys that, I'm bringing up the rear. But every time you reach a new pinnacle and you thought, okay, the story part is going to be over.
Yeah.
Hell no, this roguelike got more story. So I'm pretty sure that some of y'all didn't get to play it, but there's a part in there where you got to make a supreme sacrifice. And the family, I thought it was going to go down, and the family stuck together. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this guy. I said, yo, the writers, they're incredible. I said, any game they put out, I'm a fan forever. And, this is how you become a rabid fan of something. Because the family unity bond in this family. Wow. And I'm sitting there eating, and I'm like, why can't my family be like this? Why can't they weld magic together and we go fight demons?
Yo, you stupid. Where was this beautiful game that you played? Where was this at?
That's in Game Pass, brother.
Do emoji, by the way.
Hold on. Everybody got to bend the knee to welcome Boom into the realm. Everybody, put your shields up. Put your crests up.
Put your shield up.
Boom is out here, baby.
Boom is in the realm. Thank you, brother, for the subscribe. Lord,
it is my pleasure. We have to support one another. Then what's the point if we don't?
No doubt. Another crest up for Lord Smitty Smith. $2 super chat. Lord King Baby on to something with that shirt. Woo! That's what's up. He's stuck though. No doubt.
So definitely I was playing Destiny and the DLC. I'm sorry, Slow-Mo. I downloaded the joint for the Division. I booted it up, but Destiny came out with the boot on that Tuesday and shut down your production, my G. And I'm gonna tell you right now, out here in these streets, don't let nobody tell you, but Trials is back.
Trials is back.
Finished. Once they knew that y'all was coming with the crazy DLC. They said your Division is coming. They peeped your dart and they put out Trials and said, shut up. It's like big brother, little brother, and you have been sunned.
It's a fight
again.
It's a fight, man. They both. I love it. It's always good when they do this because they both in their bag and they both competing at the same time. It's better for the gamer, man. We love it, man.
We win, right? Don't we win as gamers when they do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a huge Destiny fan. I have not been back to Destiny. Oh my God, it's shameful. It really is.
What is it? Take a kick at least? Not even take a kick?
No. I played through. I know I beat 2, and I played through a couple of months afterwards. I just dropped it off though. I don't know why.
You like Division. You like that real life bang sequel street game early.
And then New York and then the officer thing. Boom is in. Like they locked into Boom's ethos right now. Shout out to Slow-Mo being petty. They shut down. He going for UK. They shut down the Division production with that one new exotic they provide with zero usefulness. Wow.
Yeah, they did. see, and there you go. They did. All they had to do was release one exotic in a different mode, and then you got back to the bushes. In
the bushes, they go. I'll put the bushes away.
Throw the bushes up for everybody. Throw the bushes up for the Division 2. Throw the bushes
done. I can't disrespect.
Yo, listen.
No, seriously, you guys. Throw the bushes up for the Division 2.
Yeah,
They
they
want the
are.
butchers.
The
They want the
Butchers
butchers
and
of
Anthem.
butchers. Shout out to Division
Yeah.
2. I wouldn't have gave it to them, but they, the Lords wanted what the Lords want.
Yeah, you got to post. You got to
they
post.
get that work.
You got to post, son. You got to
And
post.
of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito. Spread that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So, yeah, man, just I want to shout out my boys, Sinister, Wilhelm Scream, for that Trials of Osiris run. We ain't go to the Lighthouse, but we made some things happen, man. We got a little gear, a little stuff going on, man. Trials is back.
Can I say something, Cuz?
Yes, please. Yes.
You're not going to the Lighthouse because all the sweaties are quarantined right now. They are home from school. I played Destiny, and my butt, I had to turn off the whatchamacallit, competitive.
Yeah.
I had to turn it off because I said, what's going on here? We not winning a match. What's happening? And they said, all the sweaties are quarantined. They're not in school. They're home.
They're home.
So, yeah, shout out to you trying hard. I'll do it when they send them back to school.
Yeah, man.
Can I just represent my boy Slow-Mo Backflap?
Get him.
Bring this to the camera. This is the official patch of the Division Agents.
Fire.
There you go.
Fire. Salute.
Yeah, Boom ain't playing.
Boom ready. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that. Yo, so Trials of Osiris returns, one of my favorite game modes of all time. Shout out to Ebontis. We talked about it on The Last Word this Friday. A little prep, you know what I'm saying? So we's doing that. Shout out to Scream. Shout out to Sinister for holding it down. We had some fun with that joint. Shout out to Hardlight being in the most annoying meta right now. If you're not using Hardlight.
I've been using it.
You one of them.
I caved under the pressure.
Oh.
And then when I used it, I realized why everyone else is
Shout out to Hardlight coming in hot, because right now Hardlight's coming in hot on that meta right now. It's crazy right now. If you're not using Hardlight, you ain't winning. So that's what it is. Oh, wow. Emmanuel A with the $2 super chat. Love how y'all rep Xbox. Final Fantasy VII Remake is an abomination. Oh, my God. Jesus.
So what did they do? They made your game into Frankenstein, right? It's not what it seems. It's different than what you believe.
Shout out to Slow-Mo. He was using Hardlight before it came popular. But yeah, so that was that. And like King, since I was a fraud on the first Ori, you know what I'm saying? I felt bad for jumping in, you know what I'm saying? But I did jump in for a little bit like Boom.
It's fine. I was a fraud on the first Ori until about 3 days.
Oh,
actually,
you too? Okay.
You want to get technical? I beat Ori in the Blind Forest and I beat Ori in the Will of the Wisps in like a week.
Oh, wow. Get that super chat. Add it. We got 14 back.
You're going to have to shut your mic, sir.
So we have $2. We have a $2 super chat from Gaming Forte. Slow-Mo mad. Destiny has DLC better than Division 2. Trials of Osiris by itself is better than the whole Destiny Division 2.
Oh, wow. Slander.
Might be on to something.
Salute, man. Eric Jackson in the building. Oh, Rage Virus in the building. Oh, man, it's crazy today. You already know. So, yeah, I've been doing that. But I did touch a little bit. We'll get into that during the Ori topic. You know what I'm saying? And then Call of Duty Warzone for King. I got a lot to say when we get to King's topic about that. And just real quick, y'all, just something different. Side note, just with everything going on, I just want to talk about it real quick. Like, obviously, we know pandemic, all that good stuff. But I gotta admit, like, with everything, shutting down and stuff like that, I have never been as more fortunate and happy to be a gamer. Right? Because if you think about it, you know what I'm saying, with sports and just physical activity and going outside and the way things is right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I am so appreciative that we have these things to do. So in a sense, like, unless Xbox Live and PSN do something crazy, you know what I'm saying, we're okay, you know what I'm saying, as far as just doing stuff positive to get our minds off of what's going on. So salute to all the gamers out there. It really, really means a lot to still be able to do what we love, and we definitely appreciate it. So I just wanted to get into that.
Can I just add something to that, dude? Because one of the biggest things with the situation going on is that yes, it's serious. Yes, it's scary. I don't think people should panic. I think people should just try and be precautious. Right. But the social distancing that they want us to do, you don't really think about this, and no one has actually talked about it. But we gamers are already prepared for that.
Yes. He said we social distance. I like the way he said that.
So we anti-social by nature, baby.
Thankfully, we are in a position where even though you and I may be on separate ends of the coasts or separate ends of the country. You're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and we somehow manage to figure out the time and get together. We are still hanging. and we're still talking, we're still having fun. So if you are, if you know, because look, there's going to be a lot of anxieties that are going to be happening. This isn't going to be over quick. This is not, unfortunately, it's not a quick fix. They are working on it. I have some inside information that they are doing some really good things. And I want people to understand that it is not going to be the Division out there. I want people to understand that.
Unless it evolves.
Division, a metaphor for life.
You get the remix, you get that Carnivourous.
Come on, King.
Well, listen, Mr. Boomstick is ready. I have real life Division weapons.
My man. That's the agent Boom. Continue.
I just want people to understand that. Play some games, watch a couple of podcasts, try and stay away from the negative ones. I gotta tell you, man, even with the craziness going on, stay away from those negative podcasts because it's gonna bring you down. No, really, there's a lot of people out there pushing this unbelievable narrative where you have to really, you got to poop on one console or the other. You can't, have love for all of them. Don't fall for that, man. Don't put yourself in that.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Exactly. That's right. That's good old Eddie Murphy talking right there. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. But yeah, that's what I wanted to add to it.
No doubt. Shout out to my brother Scream who just joined now. You missed your shout out, Scream. I shouted you out for trials. You know what I'm saying? Had that little fun run. Wow. Here we go. I got to throw the crest up. I might throw a fraud alert up after this too. But shout out to Slow-Mo Backslap for being petty with the $10 super chat. Warlords of New York. Greater than Trials of Osiris and all trash Destiny seasons combined. I shouldn't even be reading this. Forte is a weak mic having fraud because he don't play the better looter shooter. That is Division 2. P.S. Frostbite is a $1 star. Yo, he going for everybody in that super chat. Forte
I'm
got
gonna be honest with you. I think I'm gonna have to, team up with someone over here and say that.
All I know is those numbers speak for themselves.
I'm gonna say this slow. You might be onto something
because
you got the greatest avatar the world has ever seen. So the fact that you spend your money in order to catch this fade, here you go, sir.
Let's get him the fraud alert.
Friend, all fraud. And don't worry, the folks at Bungie support your opinion by beating you with them numbers. Fraud.
Salute. So now that we've gotten all the foolishness out the way, the fraud alerts is going.
Before we move on from that, put some into the bushes in there for Slow-Mo and his choice of game.
Throw slow in the bushes. Throw slow in the bushes.
Trying to incite a riot in the they are throwing up the fraud alerts though for fraud.
Boo that man. Boo that.
Sorry,
man.
Slow. We got to give it to you one more time. They're throwing it up for you. The emojis in the room. I'm seeing mad fraud alerts, bro. I hate to do it to you. I hate it had to be you, but
they're doing fraud and bushes at the same time. They're doing the fraud bush.
I think we can do that.
Slow-Mo, I got your back. I just put it in the bushes.
Anyway, now that we got all the craziness out the way, what the Lords have been playing, and Lord Boom has already received the royal treatment before. Please check ILP 73. You haven't been on since 73 solo. You've been on at when we did the Microsoft big one. We did when we did. He was on for that. So
when I think I might have been. Wasn't it 100 that I was on also?
Yes, you're right. Yes, no, you're right. You were 100. You were 100 as well. You were for the big one.
Kid Smooth in the building.
Yeah, Kid Smooth. Oh, throw the crest up for Kid Smooth. $5 super chat. Be safe, everyone. Playing everyone impacted by the bull stuff going on. Anyway, on lighter note, does Xbox Series X get delayed?
Oh man, I want to go into that really because I honestly believe both of them get delayed.
And we're gonna be talking about that on Primetime Gaming tomorrow night. I got a different opinion on that.
I think this, right? Because let me tell you something, and I'm telling you from firsthand knowledge, most of my statues come from China. So one of the POs came up and I was supposed to give my guy the money, and it comes from China. And I've noticed that in the community we've been talking, a couple of guys hit me, was like, yo, they're holding packages. And one really big dude in the statue community has at least 7 packages being held by customs, and they're not letting these through. So the fact that these consoles are made in China,
right,
predominantly, that's where the factories are, and China is back up and running, doing their thing. The level of fear and paranoia surrounding things coming from that Orient is high. So if it's justified or not, I believe that the level of delay might happen. And does it change the narrative of what should happen? You know, Microsoft stomping the boots off of PlayStation 5. But I'm just saying, you know, maybe they launch with more firepower later on. I don't know. But I really think it's a high possibility, Smooth.
Yeah, it's a good topic, man. We'll definitely touch on that when we get to Series X and that other stuff. But yeah, like I said, Moom, obviously, yes, you were here for 100, but you were 73 is when you gave your top 5, right?
Yeah.
So what I usually do for people who return, you know what I'm saying? What I had without for you at the time was Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Symphony of the Night.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 7, ironically.
Yo, beat that in Japanese.
No doubt. And Ninja Gaiden Black. So I just want to know, Lord Boom, has anything changed? Is your Holy 5 retained?
Well, I mean, look, let me just say this. Resident Evil 2 98, unfortunately, has been put down to position number 2.
Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 19 has taken its place. In regards to favorite games, not really, because Symphony of the Night still reigns supreme.
No doubt.
I gotta be honest with you, man. Final Fantasy VII is just so important to me as a gamer because
can you repeat that again? Did you hear him, King? I gotta make sure you heard him.
One more time, Boom, for the people in the back.
I don't even know why you're going at me. I was playing that game while you was out playing with Weeble Wobble. So I don't even know what you're talking about. I done ended that game before you took 2 dumps in your diaper. I don't even know why you talking.
I wasn't a baby when that game came out, right?
In gaming years, you was an infant. So you were still a fetus when I was out here making the moves. I mean, I don't even know what you're talking to me for because I paid more than $150 for that game when it was Japanese import. So when I went down to Penguin Village, you was really in the village playing with penguins. So I want you to remember who's the OG. You my junior, sir. And I know you fell in love with a game I done threw to the bushes, but that was my leftovers, brother. I was there before you.
Anyway, before that broke out, what's up, Indie Game? What's going on, man? Oh, Lord G from LogNet in the building. Yeah, so basically that it remains because the
list remains. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you this. I know that a lot of people are upset about the whole 1-year exclusivity with the Final Fantasy 7. I mean, I'll say this, man. If you don't have a PlayStation 4 now, you're probably not going to buy one. But I would definitely highly encourage, because things have gotten so cheap with these consoles that you're really kind of just cheating yourself. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy every first-party game, but man, they got 3 good ones. One of which, of course, is Final Fantasy 7. That demo was dope. Now, I'm not going to front. I didn't realize that there were 3 ways to play. Where you can do classic. I picked the one where it's kind of like a Final Fantasy 15, which I did. I enjoyed the demo, but I don't like that control. I like the old school sitting back.
And you found out about that classic mode, huh?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the classic one. But I'm really looking forward to that game. So nothing has really changed, but I want to just kind of add a caveat.
Yes.
Because I don't think you've ever asked me what my favorite console.
Yes, I've never asked you that. That is cool.
And my favorite console, and I want to pull it out of storage because I have 86 games still.
All right,
for it is the Sega Dreamcast. It is one of my favorite consoles of all time, with the Xbox 360 nipping at its heels. But the Dreamcast was, of course, during the grandfather era. And when I spent a lot of times going back and forth to Queens, and there were a lot. I imported everything.
I remember to the Dreamcast.
Real quick funny story about the Dreamcast. When it came out, they had a 4-game, 1 extra controller package from Japan that was $1,200.
Wow.
For the import. So I, as a very young police officer, my father always was like, you got to invest your money, son. So I did my deferred compensation since a rookie, but then I got bonds on top of that. Woo! And I kept getting bonds, 2 bonds every month.
Series EE, right?
Yeah, Series E bonds. And you know what I would do? I wouldn't even open them. I would just kind of put them in my sock drawer. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can cash these things in. And don't you know, I cashed in about 30 of those mofos. Get myself the import Dreamcast.
Wow.
So Dreamcast being number one, but yeah, the core 5 hasn't changed. And you know what? I mean, as great as gaming is, and I can easily add 5 more. Those when you talk about someone who's been gaming since 1978, those are the ones that kind of stand out.
No doubt. You just gave me a new epiphany, man. I might have to throw that in with the top 5.
What's your favorite console?
console?
You divide the room.
Yeah, man. I have a lot. That could create a lot of interesting conversations. So I'm adding. Thanks, Lord Boom, debuting it today episode. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. I like that. I'm gonna use that, man, moving forward. Oh man, his JD Gamer put the crest up with the $2 super chat.
Yeah.
Good morning, Lords, Sega Saturn, baby. Oh, Eric Jackson.
I have the white one from Japan in storage.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Shout out to Eric Jackson. I gotta give him one. I gotta give him the who did that for you. He said Dreamcast. Who did that for you? Peter Moore, baby. That was my man. You know what I'm saying?
That was when Sega was super aggressive, boy.
Yes. You already know. So now we got all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get all that ready now. So we got the poll results from last week, and let's get into that. And where is the question? I don't know where the question is, but we'll figure it out anyway. So I believe it was the the PlayStation 4 as far as their exclusive lineup. Was it the GOAT of all time? You know what I'm saying? That was basically the question. So the winner of a very close 3-way ILP poll with dominating 48% of the vote, you know what I'm saying, was pump the brake, fam. No guarantees any of those were bangers. You know what I'm saying? Coming in at second place was yes. Greatness of that lineup is unparalleled. And last place with only 13% is I don't care. Y'all didn't keep that same energy with the PlayStation 2 group. So shout out to
that was me. That was me.
Shout out to Lords who participated in the poll. Lord Boom, man. I never got your feedback on that. What did you feel? Did you feel with Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, MLB The Show, Final Fantasy VII Remake? Is that as far as an end of a generation lineup? Is that one of the greatest end of generation lineups of all time to you, or do you agree with the people? Nah.
I mean, listen, you can't argue the stoutfulness of what they have for them, right? I mean, we have to understand that you have Neo 2, you have Final Fantasy 7, you have Ghost of Tsushima, you have Last of Us 2. You got MLB The Show, the last year of its exclusivity. But to close out a generation, man, that's
tough to beat, bro.
It's a great lineup.
That is a tough act to follow and beat, because you are closing it out. I am gonna say this though. I just hope that the PlayStation 4 community actually goes out and supports these games by buying them and not just putting them in lists. I think that one of the biggest misconceptions with all the console generation, extremists, if you will, is that instead of playing the games, man, they are really just, being so happy to stack a list and write it on paper. That's kind of ridiculous.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, okay, yes, MLB is going to be next year. It's going to be everywhere. Final Fantasy 7 is going to be on Xbox next year. Yeah. But if you really enjoy Sony's games, and there's 110 million consoles out there, I don't know if you can be, as a fan of the brand. I'm not saying that even if those games sell 15 million, that's not good. That's fantastic. But at the end of the day, when you verse it, 15 million sold on one particular IP versus 110 million, man, that's a real low percentage. And again, it just makes you wonder, all of these most loudest...
They don't got that for that, Boom. They got to watch porn.
Oh my God. Stop it. Ridiculous.
It's sad that, when you... It's sad when people are very quick to just go on Twitter and be social media boobs instead of actually being a gamer. And that's really what it comes down to. I live with that.
No doubt. Yo, Lord Attic, you want to get those super chats, sir? We got to throw the crest up for some super chats.
Yeah, definitely. So let me look up. What's the last one? Did we get the JD Gamer?
Yeah, we got to get the JD Gamer.
Okay, so we got a $2 super chat from JD Gamer. Good morning, Lord. Sega Saturn, baby. Then we got the JD Gamer. Panzer Dragoon Sega Best Action RPG Ever. Then we got a $5 super chat from 108 Dragon ST. What? Oh, I thought you said hold up.
No, I said 108.
Dudes out here frauding. If you ain't in your 40s, I ain't reading this.
Yeah, read it. That's what you read 108. Let's go.
If you ain't in your 40s, you're a virgin to gaming. We are the vets of this gaming life. Gaming when you were still swimming.
Facts. Why you ain't want to read that, Addict? What's up?
I ain't reading it.
I ain't want to read that.
He said, I ain't gonna read that.
Get part of the swimming club.
Oh man, shout out to 108 for being petty. Addict didn't want to do that. We gotta get into these.
I ain't trying to discriminate on people just because they can't choose when they were born.
That's not my fault.
Oh man, we gotta get into these topics, man. Topic number 1 is up, man. So Lord Addict, you are up. You are free to speak now on some new generation stuff. What's going on? Ori 2, what's happening?
Well, it launched, obviously. It launched. I think it was I can't remember what day it was. I got it a couple days early. But what I want to really ask, because the quality of this game is absolutely amazing. It's a good game in general. First off, I don't know about Boom and King. Did you guys play it yet?
Yeah, I'm about a couple hours into it.
I turned it on. I'm not gonna fraud. And some told me, say, you know what? That's not how I play games. I don't play at the end before I even got a chance to play the first one. So I can't honestly get to their masterpiece without finishing that first masterpiece. So I'm gonna finish the first one, then I'm gonna boot up the second one. But the fact that it's Xbox exclusive, it's in Game Pass, it's a beautiful thing. It's free.
What's it in? It's in what?
It's in Xbox Game Pass, and being kept in Game Pass, I love the fact that they're in there, and they also give you a warning when other games are leaving. So this game will never leave, and Game Pass is forever. And check that chest out on that Game Pass, man, as the boy will be back in that Game Pass, man. For sure.
No doubt.
Addict, I'll be there soon, sir.
No doubt. Continue, Addict, sir.
So I think I am the only one that beat it, though, right?
Yes, you are the only one. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
God bless.
So I don't know how far you guys got in terms of like what kind of platforming you're playing. So, I just want overall impressions, Boom. What did you think of some of the platforming that you came across?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say that, there's a lot to really love about this game. Thankfully, I have not came across any bugs or anything that would ruin.
They're there. Trust me. They're there.
I know. Unfortunately, they are. I have not.
They're hiding in the code. That's what's going on.
Well, I'm only 2 hours and change into it. I'm really enjoying it. I think that the music is captivating. It is haunting. I think visually, it's one of those games that almost at every turn you want to stop and take a picture on social media so people could see how beautiful it is. I gotta tell you, as for an opening of a game where they start with the with the owl being a baby, and they kind of work through the seasons, and they kind of work through him to being what it seems like to be almost a teenager. Is just incredible. I mean, and you know what's even more, I think what isn't spoken enough about is how they do this without saying one word. They simply do this with the visual presentation and the music that is just so good. And you got to remember, this opening isn't some 5-minute little thing. It lasts a little bit. You know what I'm
that
saying?
prologue is real, for real. You were saying something?
I'm only 2 hours into it. I can't really speak on. So I'm able to carry. I got the double jump. I'm able to carry 3 different.
Abilities.
The abilities in there. I think I found 6 so far. So I have my core 3 that I like. But I got to be honest with you. Like, I like the sticking to the walls. I like the double jump. I think it moves great. I haven't had any problems. Maybe later on I may think differently. But this is, if you're not, I'll say this. 2D platformers, Metrovanias in particular, are not for everyone, and I get it.
Yes.
But I have to tell you, if you don't at least try it and you have Game Pass, gotta bring up a bushes.
I got you the bushes for you, brother. Bushes right there. Throw them in the bushes.
It's something that needs to be experienced. Yes, maybe it's not perfect. Maybe it launched with some bugs. but this is a true experience. And what's even more impressive is, like King is always saying, who did this for you? Because it's in Game Pass.
Who did that for you?
You know, I saw Christopher Hart put in there. I play games, not game services, brother.
Dude, that's
it doesn't preclude you from purchasing the game once you've tried it in Game Pass. See, what this does is, and I'm gonna let a lot of people understand that it's not a barrier, sir. The gate is wide open. This allows you the absolute amount of freedom to choose with your dollar. You're voting with your cash now. See, so now that you have this buffet in front of you, you can taste things. Did you see what I was doing with my app on my phone for Game Pass? I was going down the list of the games that I've played and I have installed that I will sample. And when I decide that they're worthy of my dollar, not these one and done games that I'm locked into and I'm finished on, I will purchase said game to show support. So that's how the new age is playing. Brother, get out of the Stone Ages and step up to this digital age, brother.
Okay.
We are in
we
it.
do got some bills to take care of.
Crest up.
First off, 821D, welcome to the realm.
Oh, welcome to the realm.
Put the shields up.
Shields up. Shields up.
Welcome the newest Lord of the realm.
That's what's up.
We got a $5 super chat from Smitty. Smith.
Smitty,
I don't even know if I should read that because I'm pretty sure you're the one that called me. No, that was 108. Okay, you're good. You're good. Just like you, Boom, I got the collector's edition of Ori.
Here we go. Right here for you, Smitty. This
the
is for you.
entire package you get for $50 is almost like stealing. Simply fantastic. Then we got a $5 super chat from J-Mo Money. Ori 2 has affected me like no other game. The emotion and power this game portrays all the way to the end is nothing like I've ever felt. And what's funny is what Boom was talking about. It gets worse. Like you can hear when you can ask Cognito, LordCognito. I was in a Discord and I was playing. I'm like, man, that can't happen. Like they ain't doing that. Like,
no, you told me that. Let me jump in, man, because again, kind of the same thing. I know I was listening to you play a lot. You know, trying not to spoil, but yo, one thing that they have captured. Boom said it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Is that with minimal text, with minimal voice, they are able to convey such emotion and the highs and the lows. Like, you start to feel a way, you get connected. Then you combine that. Shout out to Lord Garrett Coker, man. The incredible music that this game has. So you couple that up, and I want to shout out my boy Centuri. Has a great article up on lordsofgaming.net right now, talking about that interview they had. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to my boy Rage Virus if you haven't checked it. lordsofgaming.net. We got a review up of Ori 2. I mean, if you, like Boom said again, if you are on the fence about platforming, because even in his article, he said, I don't like platforming games. Coming into the review, he said that. And for me, I'm not that I don't like them. It's just that, you know, as an older gamer, I've kind of they've worn their welcome a little bit to me. So it's always harder to kind of wow me when it's a new one, right? So for this game, and then the first, you know what I'm saying, at least the first 2 hours, and I'm like, yo, I can't stop playing. Like, this thing is so addicting.
I'll even go above and beyond that and say this is one, if not the best platformer I've ever played.
But you know what's dope about it, too?
I've played all the Mario games. And I think what makes this different is Mario gets hard, but it's never really there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like that middle ground difficulty.
Right.
But this game, there's some things that I was just like, how'd they even come up with
the
that?
concept?
Like, do they just sit around with the little chalkboard and just say, "How are we gonna mess with the players today?"
Yeah,
like,
we also have to remember, Cog, is that this team is 50 people.
Yes, and split up in different areas.
Split up, they're not all working in the same location. So, I mean, listen, again, I understand that there were some initial bugs with the reviews, which is why kind of, you know, it took a little bit of a hit. But at the end of the day, once these things get rectified, this is, and I think will stand the time as being considered a masterpiece.
Hold on, let me get a 108 real quick. Throw the crest up 108 with the $5 super chat. I could see Ori 2 getting that Xbox Series X 120 FPS update. Can you imagine that? Wow, word. It'll be crazy, man. You know, because again, the graphical fidelity, the engine is moving. It looks great. I can't wait, obviously, for that to see that what's going on. But the other thing that surprised me, and I want to speak to Addict's point, is it's more action-packed than I thought. Like it's yo.
You ain't even got to anything yet. Wait till you fight your first boss.
I did like the threat.
When I was fighting the last boss and I was in the party, man, like I had to mute them because it was getting so crazy.
Yo, the threat of danger and the action and the things you can do. You know, I'm gonna have a poll question for you guys. I'm curious, you know what I'm saying, as far as that, but in reference to Moon Studios, but we'll talk about that later. But the whole thing is like, man, they got one, man. They really, you know what I'm saying, got one. Shout out to Brap. I see what you're saying. He's saying it's one of their best, you know, exclusive. He thinks it's their best exclusive for the generation.
I think
I would agree with that.
I think both of their games is probably, besides Cuphead, because I do think Cuphead's a better game.
Right.
I think Cuphead, and the reason is because it's a boss rush game, and that's what I like is boss rushes. But I think all of their studios, see, that's what I always try to like preach is you don't have to have an extreme AAA title to be a great game. You don't have to have a couple $100 million back in a game to be a good game. Like obviously this game suffered a lot from technical issues.
Right.
I had to reset the game once, like the whole game from like the middle of the game. I had to play almost the entire game over again.
Looking like good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, especially you know. I don't have an X like the other lords here. It's unplayable on the S. Don't even try.
Oh, you kid! I normally don't do this because it's not in color, but JP something is coming for you. King is a fraud. Services will end the choices for people. We won't own these games. We will rent them because it's a behind paywall.
Okay, so,
what happens if there's no internet?
We've been already going towards a digital age, and you don't really own those either. You just own the license.
Let me break it down for him because obviously I don't read anything you do. That's not color. All right, so maybe you're new, right? Okay, and hey, this is for you for being new, saying that. Okay, this is for you. All right. But what I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to explain something very easy. You don't have to have Game Pass.
That's right. Choice.
At no point in time do you need to have that. All right. So it's an option that can give you more options. Now, what you can do with your $50 every month or every week, you're rich. Obviously, you're rich. You're talking from a position of having so much cash that being able to play everything, you would rather be able to go buy everything. Okay, so you walked inside GameStop, and I want you to do this because I'm going to do something that you can't do, and you're rich because you're rich. I want you to go inside GameStop, right? And I want you to purchase every game inside Game Pass. I want you to go purchase all of them. All right.
All the
and
billions?
I'm going to do the same thing that you're going to do. I'm going to go download every game in Game Pass. Right. And I'm going to do that for $14.95 a month. And you're going to go do it for like $4,500. Right. So I want to know who actually is winning. You, the guy that has so much cash that he can just go put a mortgage every time he goes to GameStop, or this fool right here, the cheap fool right here that's wearing the dagnare $200,000 chain. You know, I put this on specifically for you because I knew you were showing up. So I'm cheap. I'm cheap. This shows that I'm cheap. You see the bracelet, the watch, all this stuff. I'm cheap. So I'm gonna take my $14.99 and I'm gonna stay inside Game Pass. And if I happen to like a game that they had to beat me into loving, then I'm going to buy it. I'm gonna go to GameStop
by the way,
at a discount. All right. So I'm sorry if Game Pass is not for you. I understand that you're rolling out here with that dough. I'm not doing that, sir. My pocket's on lean, and Microsoft understand what I need right now, and I need Game Pass to get me through these lean times, brother. So I'm sorry, but you're rich, though. What you can do, though, next time put it in color since you're rich.
But anyway,
we went at the ball. We went at the ball crazy. We went at the ball crazy. But we got to pay the bills. Adam, we got to pay the bills. We got to throw the crest
Millions.
Oh yeah, the millions is up right there off of them bars. Millions. You got those, right. But we need the super chat, sir.
We got a $2 super chat from J Mo Money.
Woo!
I've never felt more for a villain either. Addict. He's talking about the Ori is one of those games. I don't think you took off the. Oh, never mind.
No, I didn't.
But Ori is one of those games where they make you really like sympathize with the villain. Eric J. Moon Studios is on another level with platformers. I do think, as far as maybe the older Marios, like I didn't really like Odyssey, but I do think this game is probably the best platform on the market right now.
That's what a lot of people. Shout out to my brothers on the next podcast, man. We talked about it yesterday, and yeah, like the discussion was brought up. Is it the best platform of this gen? And the Mario Odyssey guys came out. A lot of people, but they're in the mix.
I
man.
think it's like I said. I think the reason that it makes it better is just how difficult it is. Like a lot of platformers aren't really that hard. So you spend the majority of your time just breezing through the levels. This is not a level type of game like your Mario's. This is a Metrovania type of style that has platforming in it, which a lot of them do. But the platforming is actually difficult. So traveling through the map is just as hard as doing the, fighting a boss.
You know what I like? I know it's underrated. I mean, it's not probably a big thing, but I like that you can go left and right in this. Like, some side scrollers, you're just going one direction for the most part.
You're going to the right. And that's
I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? It just gives a little different depth to it. Also, little subtle things like, when you're on a higher point and you just hold down, you can kind of get a peek of what's going on below you. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask you this, King, because we come from the era of the mascot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, you remember obviously Nintendo out the gate, Mario, the bombasticness, the revolution that is. Then an aggressive Sega, you know what I'm saying, with Sonic blast processing. This is what we do, right? We had Bonk, you know what I'm saying? We had like,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
oh my God.
You're my brother from another mother. Come on, you're my podcast brother. We know this, you know what I'm saying? So my question to you, and I also bring Addict, when I include him, is like, should Xbox get behind Ori as like their mascot? Because we know Halo Master Chief, we know what he represents, we know Marcus Phoenix, but like I feel like, and I had this conversation with Addict, like I feel like they need a new.
I don't think so.
Okay, so you say no.
Let me explain why.
Because I feel like in order to have a new mascot, you have to have one that's more iconic than Halo, and they're never going to get one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the way Microsoft has actually pigeonholed themselves and they hit a home run.
Yeah.
So they turned into Barry Bonds. Like, how when Barry Bonds was an all-around player, and then he hit that home run and people were locked into that, and he had to perform on that level. Right. So I believe the Halo has pigeonholed them. Right. You are synonymous with this character.
I feel that, but let me flip you one quick second. You guys are right. Halo.
I know you're gonna say that PlayStation has the same thing with Kratos, and they also have other IPs, but I don't think so.
Okay,
when you go and talk, I don't think PlayStation has amazing games,
right?
But I don't think they have anything as iconic as Master Chief.
Okay.
You can go and you can show anyone, any person that doesn't play games, Master Chief, and 9 times out of 10 they're gonna know what that is. Oh, that's that thing from Xbox, from Halo, right? You show them Kratos, some might know, some might not know.
Right.
You show them Nathan Drake, no one's knowing that.
Oh, come on, don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful to Nathan Drake. Come on.
But I understand. You know why I don't think Ori also is the lack of voice.
Hold on.
Let me say this.
King, I gotta pay the bills.
Mario.
True.
True. When they put the voice to Sonic on the cartoon show, you was like, wow. I always thought he would sound something like that.
Yeah.
When they give the characters voice, they bring him to life. And I think we're past the part of the Disney era. Nintendo will always be locked into that because they have so many characters that are synonymous with their system. I don't think Ori. I might be wrong. If they do an Ori 3, I think
Vampire said Ori don't have a mouth. That's disrespectful. I'm dead. Hold on, we gotta pay.
We might do something. We gotta get these.
Let's pay the bills to my brother. Oh, you already know. Lord will be Hood with the $50 super chat.
We're way behind.
And we're way behind. I just want to get up. Then we'll catch up. I'm Will Be Hood, and I'm addicted to Modern Warfare. I'm with you, bro. We're gonna talk about that on that next time. I'm with you. Will be. Stay tuned for the next one. Trust me when I tell you. Addict, can we catch up on the super chats, please?
Yeah, me and King can do these. So there you go, King. You can do Brad because he's talking about you anyway.
Okay, I didn't see it, and I'm trying to get to it.
It's just a little above the chat.
It's way above.
Yeah,
I can get it. Do we get Eric? Do we get Eric?
We got a $2 super chat
Did we get EJ? I don't think we got EJ.
Yeah. I said they're on another level.
Okay, cool.
I read that. Yeah. So we got $2 super chat from Brap. Spit bars, King. Harlem Shake in his wife.
Harlem Shake at the wait. Oh, remember that Harlem Shake?
We got a $5 super chat from Smitty Smith. Leave King alone. Coming at his head. Please sit down. You are the same guy who Netflix at JP.
That's Netflix. Wow. They don't like when they come for the king. They did the realm be
got a
riding.
$5 super chat from Victor. Do you think Boom Studio could reboot Blinks into something special? I think they could do great with Sonic, which could make Sega proud of them. To be honest with you, I do think they're going to work on a new IP, and it's probably going to be multi-plat because Microsoft doesn't own Moon Studio. But if Microsoft were to ever buy them, I actually think this is the perfect studio to make a Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I do.
Interesting, man.
I think Rare needs to step up and do that. I really think they need to utilize. Yeah, but I think they really need to utilize Rare and work their own IP, because I'm sorry, I think this studio is great in doing what they're doing. And I want them to flush this story out. I don't know if it's gonna be a 3. Like you said, you already finished it, so maybe you knew a lot more than I do. But their 2D type of storytelling, I think that lends to something else. Maybe they can do a game like Castlevania, something like that. I don't know, but I wouldn't want to see them do a Banjo-Kazooie. I want Rare to put forth that effort to make that game. I like the Pirates game, but I want Banjo-Kazooie.
And the sad part about it is I honestly and truly feel like Banjo-Kazooie, where it's so old and it was never people know what Banjo-Kazooie is, but a lot of people don't know Microsoft even owns it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they would bring that back in a great way, like rebrand it, do whatever you could, that could be something new that people can look at. Well, that's that Microsoft game, but because Banjo's iconic.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to get too far off topic, because I know we got to get back to what we're talking about, but I think that if Rare can't do it, because supposedly they're working on 3 IPs, right? They're continuing with Sea of Thieves.
Right.
Everwild, we already know, and it's supposedly a 3rd project. I don't think it's Banjo-Kazooie. Microsoft, should seriously consider getting Platonic, who did Ukulele, which is packed with all X-Rare people. The entire team is all X-Rare.
Yeah.
License them out to do one game, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to do it right, because Banjo-Kazooie is their heart, and let them take as much time as they need to either redo one, which should be fine, or actually just make a new one in the series.
I personally disagree, because Banjo-Kazooie was good, but I want a new direction for Banjo-Kazooie. Because I feel like they're gonna, go towards. That's why I want Moon Studio to make it, because they're creative with platforming. I feel like if you give them the tools to make another one, they'll sit there like, okay, this is what Banjo-Kazooie did. This is what we did on Ori. Let's find a good middle ground.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
No, I feel you, man.
Okay, so you want a reimagining like the way that a lot of these new games, like Final Fantasy. Let's take Final Fantasy.
Well, I don't want nothing that drastic. I still want it to stick to its roots.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy is still stuck to its roots. I mean, I guess it came the formula of the facade of the visuals, and they flushed it out into this day and age. This is what I've seen. I didn't play the game, so I'm talking from a fraud standpoint, right?
you want a good standpoint? Like, if I were to compare it to the kind of change I would like to see, I would like them Banjo-Kazooie to get like a Ratchet and Clank for the PS4.
You know what? That's a very underrated game. I'm a Ratchet and Clank nut. I'm a fiend for that when it drops. That and Jack and Dexter. I'm so upset that they didn't do a Jack and Dexter. I really wanted a Jack and Dexter this generation, and I'm really pissed off, to be honest with you. But the Ratchet and Clank, if they would do something like that, that was a Pixar game, bro.
Yeah, man.
It looks like that. You want to talk about really good PlayStation games?
Yeah.
You start right there, because that was so early on in the generation.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal what they were doing. Yeah. I love it. That's probably like one of my best PlayStation games.
The reason that I really want Moon Studio to make that more than anyone else is because they showed in Ori that they make platformers based off your abilities and not the level. And I look at all the abilities Banjo had that you didn't really utilize to 100% in those games.
No, I feel it. I mean, listen, these are some great points. I wanted to say real quick to to the whole mascot thing, and then as far as Moon Studio acquisition, I think that I just want
I
them
don't
to
think that's happening.
probably not, but I want Microsoft to promote this a little bit more. Maybe that's just me. As far from
Do you think they not promoting it because they don't own them?
maybe I don't know. I don't know what's the whole thing. I just don't feel. I think it's one of those games that when you play, yes, it speaks for itself, and then word of mouth is going to get out, and it's going to do what it do. But it's one of those things that I wish they kind of get behind, and then which was leading me to my question, which is probably going to be a preview of the poll, is that like because now this is Moon Studios, just 2 bangers now, right? We had Ori 1, we had Ori 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it to that point where Phil Dominus is gonna have to, gonna have to back the truck up? Do you think they need to stay where they at? Like where we at with this? With getting them into the fold?
I'm gonna say this. I think Phil did everything that he possibly could do to put this in a great light.
Okay.
Because it's been on a Summer Jam screen every time we get a chance to. It's in Game Pass, so it's it allows people to play it first. They was also doing the pre-download, and it was on the dashboard for a while. So if you didn't pre-download it, I'm pretty sure it stayed on your dashboard for a long period of time. And then when the game did actually come out, I think it was in a bigger box on your dashboard.
And
so
it's been crazy promoted on YouTube.
Yeah, okay. I think they gave it the proper light. Okay. So maybe I'm kind of wrong, but I think it's gonna have to sink or swim now and see what it does.
I think.
What you think, Attic?
That if Ori was already the #1 sold thing for like 2 weeks on Steam, it's already sold well.
Right.
I think that it's a Moon Studio thing. I think Moon Studio knows that
once they independence.
They're like, look, we would like to be purchased by someone, but we just brought out Ori the Will of the Wisps. Let's see how that does first.
And to your point, yeah,
we know we we might not necessarily have IP, but people know we good, so they're gonna hire us.
And to your point, when they put Ori 1 on Switch, it is still in like the top 5 or 10 on the eShop. Ori 1 on Switch. So you think they might do on the back end and say, you know what, let's keep this multi-plat money, you know what I'm saying, and stay where we at is, what is it, second party, whatever it is? Like, they may want to just keep it where they at from their standpoint if they're doing well. What you think?
I think if Microsoft was able to buy them, they would have been bought.
Good point.
Because there's certain companies that say we don't want to be bought, but they low-key do. They just want the right price. For instance, Playground Games. Right. They said we don't want to be bought, but their right price is we don't want to make racing games for the rest of our lives.
So are you implying that they may be forced into doing Oris for the rest of the Is that what we're saying?
Let me finish my statement. So Microsoft came in the back door and they were like, look, okay, you guys don't want to keep making Forzas all day long. How about we give you 2 extra studios? You can make an RPG and you can make something else, and your staff can rotate between them so they don't get burnt out. And I honestly think that's the reason they bought it. I think that they went to Microsoft with an ideal that was similar to Fable, and they're like, we will let you do this, but you got to be bought. Like, we can't let you use IPs like that. We've already been burnt by letting people use our IPs, and then they the moment that game's built, they're like, we out, peace, and they just walk out.
I'm going to tell you this. Microsoft right now is, out of all of the companies, they have really been very aggressive. They're stacked.
Yes.
There are 4 companies that I think that are almost a no-brainer that they should own. And they should work. Phil himself, if he hasn't done it already, should work really hard to get this done. Asobo is an automatic buy.
Yes.
We've seen what they did with the Plague's Tale. We know what the Flight Sim is coming out. It's unbelievable. Moon Studios, come on, folks. I mean, this should be an automatic. Now, again, we don't necessarily know if maybe they're, one of these studios like, no, we got to be independent. I just want to bring up real quick the guys that made Spider-Man. I don't know, the Insomniac game. They kind of were waving this. We're going to be independent, and then I guess that extra 3-0.
The check bug. Sony backed the truck up.
I think the reason that they were able to be purchased was just because of Spider-Man. I think if Insomniac realized that Spider-Man was such a good hit that would guarantee their future paycheck, because I think one of their biggest fears is going into a scenario to where they don't know what funding they would get if they got purchased by someone, and they don't know what type of games they would be making.
Well, you know what? Considering that Microsoft is very forward-thinking and already very clear with their ideologies, they've already said that people are making what they want to make. So I don't think that's the concern.
I don't think they want to be bought by Microsoft though.
No,
I
we'll
think
see.
they wanted Sony because they had the longer conversation.
Dude, that's complete speculation, dude. You can't.
But you're speculating too.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not speculating. I'm
yes,
saying
you
who I
are.
like.
Give me an article where this is proved where you said it.
Here we go.
I'm saying this is who I would like them to buy. You're saying that they don't want to be bought as if you sat in the boardroom. I'm saying who I think they should buy. You're saying no, they want to be bought by Sony because they have 110 million consoles out there. Well, I
never even brought up the consoles. I don't know why.
No, I'm just saying that. But you
all
are saying that they want to be bought by Sony.
All I said was they probably didn't want to be bought by Microsoft because they have a better relationship with Sony, which is proven facts because they've been working with them for a couple decades.
We got some.
And you took that and completely stretched it and said I said something completely different.
Stretched it. Oh my God! Listen, just a difference of opinion.
That's all it is. Listen, I'm going to continue my point. The two studios that I would like for them to buy, and I think it would make an impact in their first party, in their Xbox game studios, is Platonic, because they could task them to do Banjo. And it would not pull anything away from which we know. Rare does not usually like going back to older IPs. They've said that publicly. Yeah. So if they can't get Rare to do it, and I'm one of the people banging the drums for a new Banjo-Kazooie, that's classic, not a new direction.
Okay.
That would be the team to do it because it's all ex-Rare people who have a love and respect for the IP. And the last one is MDHR. I think that's another smaller one. That
they should have been purchased them.
That's one of those companies that fits the Microsoft ideology. They're small. They put out an incredible game. The DLC is coming. We know they're working on 2 right now, and this is a team that could seriously add oomph to their their portfolio. And remember, the one thing big about Microsoft is having different types of games in Game Pass. Not everything is a shooter. Not everything is a racer. Not everything is a third person, bro dude shooter, right?
I got Dizzy super chat.
We gotta get these super chats.
Dizzy super chat, $2 super chat. Ori is the next fighter on the Smash Brothers. Let's
go. Okay.
We
got some more super chats.
Cuphead developers. I don't think that we got to see more from them before just Cuphead.
Okay, let's get these super chats. Addict. We got after Dizzy, we got Aaron. Let's get these super chats.
We got Aaron 94. Moon is a bunch of people around the globe, not just a normal studio. Got a $5 super chat from Gaming Forte. Slow-mo acting like Division 2 version of a pony. Don't get mad. You backed the wrong horse. Everyone can't win in this game. So stop backing a loser.
Oh my God! Did we get Wilby? I think we got
the Switchblade.
Wilby?
Yeah, we been got Will.
Okay.
Yo.
Yo, they still going back and forth.
That's an eternal beef.
Yeah.
We got beef for life.
Yeah, that's beef for life right there. Listen, man, I mean, it's interesting to see, like I said, stay tuned for the poll on that one, how that gets handled as far as them, as far as the independence and stuff. But again, we can't say, look, this game is really, really phenomenal. And if you haven't got a chance to play it, like I said, it's on Game Pass. Check it out. Even if you don't like action, those platformers, give it a shot and see what you think. Because again, for a person who's been platform fatigued over the years, I was very impressed. So salute to those guys, Moon Studios. Again, if you haven't checked out the review for my brother, Lord Rage Virus, please check it out on lordsofgaming.net. He has scored this game. He reviewed this game. He gives it a very detailed impression, and from a non-platforming perspective, which I like. And he gives a lot of kudos. So, yeah, check that out when you get a chance. But that's all I got. We're going to move on to the next topic, sir. Lord King, you are up, man, with there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
Tell him. Let them off.
What? You know what I'm saying? You already know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got the super chat. Oh, man, shout out to my brother. You already know. My brother Kid Smooth, $5 super chat. Xbox Game Studio biggest purchase is ZeniMax. If they get they done, they good. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That'd be a big one.
Get the JD real quick.
Somebody get the JD. Who get the JD? Nobody get the JD?
So we got a $5 super chat from JD Gamer. Okay, Lords. do what Boom did. What are the other Lord's wishes for the future Microsoft acquisitions? My top 5 are Abzu Studio, MDHR, Moon Studios, Crytek, and ID. That's the people that made
I'm gonna give you mine real quick. Crytek.
Yeah, I want that Rise Center Road too.
I don't even think they need to buy Crytek. Just like at this point,
give them the money.
The Cryotech, they're done, aren't they?
Give them the money and just let's get them to making games. Get Crytek, just buy them.
I like low key. I be liking that Crytek engine sometimes.
Bro. Yeah, I was just actually gonna say that, Cog. That you know what, the purchase itself, with of course being able to bring back Rise Son of Rome, which has a tremendous potential, right? But we also got to think of the Crisis IP that would come with that. But more importantly than those two things, it's that Crytek engine that would be big for Microsoft, because the dividends that they would be able to make by licensing that out. Listen, folks, if you think that Crytek engine is old, I implore you, go back, pop on Rise Son of Rome, which is a launch title from 2013, and I'm telling you, your eyeballs will fall out of your head. With that game.
I mean, is that engine even being supported anymore?
I don't think so.
It's just sitting around.
I think it's on the shelf.
I think it's only worth being the IP being bought. Like Crytek's pretty much dead. Like we can't buy a dead studio.
Bro, I want their engine. Can we steal their engine?
Because
that engine's still looking fire right now, bro.
I want their minds, because I really thought
Dizzy and Kid Smooth was schooling us. They said that Amazon license. Oh no, the evil Amazon. Oh no, they own the cry. They own the cry. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for Kid Smooth.
So who owns Rise?
They don't. I think they own the OP.
You know what would be crazy if Microsoft bought Rise years ago and they didn't tell anyone, and it's a launch title for the next Xbox.
That would be nice.
Man. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, the chances of that's very slim. You know, it would be even more crazy if Sony bought the rights to it and they're making
crazy. It would be crazy. Oh man, go ahead.
Let me tell you. So I'm on my Xbox, right, and I see it says free Warzone on. It says Call of Duty Warzone.
Let's get to it.
I'm allergic to Call of Duty. All right, so I throw Call of Duty with the duty inside the bushes. Right? I'm like, no, I'm allergic to that.
In the bushes.
So I clicked on it. I don't know why. I don't know, blessed be the boy clicked on it, and
because it was free.
Free 99, yo, free 99 is nice.
But it wasn't that. I don't know why I clicked on it. I was bored or something. Something happened. YouTube was doing something that I wasn't liking.
You would have clicked on it, but if it
would have said 59, King,
you know what? Okay, let me start off by saying, I know why I clicked on it.
Talk to me.
I was looking at YouTube and it said, "Is Fortnite done?" And it had they had a crown on top of Call of Duty, and it said Warzone, and it had the tears of Fortnite was crying. So I said, "What the hell is that?" And then I saw it on the thing, and it was like free. I was like, "Yeah, you're right at it."
Who did that for you? Who did that for you? At
what took me to the next level was LL Cool J. Whoever put that
trailer
reel together,
yes,
my God, yo, I was amped. By the time I already hit download when I heard Mama said knock you out. Uh-oh. Here we go. This is it right here.
Argument, man. We got another argument going on in the
super
chat.
So listen, so I hit it right. So they downloading and I've seen the helicopters blasting. Watch me,
the Maniac Psycho.
Yo, I said this was the greatest trailer.
Yes,
for one game that I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I mean, the last time was probably Gears of War.
Oh yeah,
that moved me emotionally.
Yeah,
This joint made me look around my room for my backpack and my guns. I was ready to jump out the window and go get this done.
Let's get him.
Let me tell you. So I downloaded the joint, right? Okay, and I couldn't wait long enough. I was playing something in Destiny, and it popped up, and it was like, "Your game is ready." I was like, "Boom, bye."
Shout out to 100 gigs though. Shout out to 100 gigs though.
I don't care. So I jumped over there. I got 19 teraflops.
Continue.
I mean terabyte.
Terabyte.
The teraflops is next.
SSD, y'all. Continue.
So anyway, so I turned it on. So they was like, "Yo, go through the tutorial." My problem always with Call of Duty was the guns felt crap. Because I played that little thing that they had last year, and I hated how the guns felt. They felt like paper mache guns and was weak.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Destiny's still boxing your teeth in. Let me get out.
Already know that gunplay, Bungie.
These guns, I think they stole some people from Bungie. They did.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Yes.
When I pulled that gun out, now switching. So okay, so they put you in the joint. It's like you do your match.
Yeah.
Yo, I was sniping dudes across the board. I had guns out. I was like, I think they doing it. I think Call of Duty gonna kill this. I'm gonna stand up behind this game to kill Fortnite. I want Fortnite over, and I think this is the game that could do it. Let's go, Call of Duty.
To your point, Call of Duty Warzone. I believe they're on MPD, Call of Duty in general. I believe they won, but they've hit 6 million users in 24 hours. The millions have come to support, and they have smashed Apex Legend, who did 2.5 in the same period, and Fortnite grew slower, but then they got to 10 million through a week. So we got to see how it goes through the week. But the millions have already spoken. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, millions.
Dude, just ruthless, baby. This is 6 million, baby. Million, baby.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, man. I mean, anybody get a chance to play it? Let's get you in. Have you got a chance to play it at all with the Warzone yet?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? Here's the thing. I gotta be honest, because I'm an old school, selfish kind of player. I don't really like the whole battle royale thing, even if it's teams.
Okay.
I downloaded it. I have to say, graphically, it's impressive for free to play. I played only 2 matches, and the first time I fell super far away from my team, and I got killed trying to climb a fence.
Shout out to the fans.
But I did play a second match, and I'm like, you know what? After 20 minutes, I'm gonna give it another go. But it's just the whole battle royale thing is just not my bag.
I feel
what I'm saying. I would rather play the game and shoot stuff in like the Division. I could play that single player, but if I want to team up with my brother or with Slow Mo or Neo Mental, it's great. They're running around collecting weapons and chain.
Not your
man,
thing.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just too old.
No. Listen, I when it get to me, I got a lot to say about that. But what I was gonna say is, let me just ask you this, Boo, before I pass it at it. In comparison to the battle royals you've played,
right?
How does it stack, or is it better? Is it in the middle? It's not better. Like, where do you rank? Even though I know that's not your genre, because I even used to call battle royal mumble rap. Like I literally said it's the mumble rap. I went on record and disrespected battle royal. Like, I am sick of battle royal. Right. So my question to you, with all the mumble rap, is it Little this? Is it Little Baby? Is it Little Durk? Is it who? What little one is it, like, for you? Who's the king of the mumble right now?
Now, I've been watching. I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people are posting
Addict,
on
somebody in the bushes. Somebody's going to get out the bushes, but they might continue. Yeah.
A lot of people have been posting like some crazy kill streaks.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm watching on Twitter. They put up their 2-minute video. I'm like, man, that looks dope. I'm going to say this. I don't like Fortnite. The whole building thing, I think it's not for me.
Who got the chips? Addict, is that you with the
Addict.
chips?
You
Can you mute the chips, sir?
You see us on camera. This is why we have a camera on, so you know that we ain't snacking and slacking in the background.
If you're gonna snack, hit the mute button.
Yeah, throw Addict in the bushes for the.
Even if I had my camera on, you would have still seen me open up this hamburger.
You in the bushes for eating on camera without me.
Right, yeah. I gotta sit here fresh faced and hungry.
First off, I thought I was muted.
And my man
Second off, I just needed to make sure that everything was right.
Oh my gosh! Shut up, man.
So you're gonna have a cold hamburger 2 hours from now.
No, I gotta wait. They messed up the order.
To eat my food.
Oh, they want the bushes back on Addict. Bushes return. They Smitty Smith.
Yeah, the bushes have returned.
The bushes have returned for Addict. But continue.
Getting back to the topic at hand is this: Fortnite. If I was ranking the four, top 4 which are being played, Fortnite gets put in number 4.
Okay.
Followed by that would be PUBG. I don't like PUBG. I played it. I bought it. I supported it. I played only. If you look at my time played, I'm 2 hours at most. It's just I don't like it. And then Apex Legends, I like what they've done. I put a lot more time into Apex than I did any of them because of my bias for
Titanfall. I feel, yeah. I feel like I can see that.
Still my favorite multiplayer of all time. I spent over 1,000 hours playing both Titanfall 1 and 2. So selfishly, I want Apex to fail. So Titanfall 3. But you know what? Again, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. That's a good one. That's good.
I have to say, based on the videos, based on watching other people play, which I normally don't like to do, because they have the skills I just don't have, nor the patience to want to play these games. I have to say that right from jump, man, Call of Duty gets #1 place because they really have responded to the whole phenomenon of the free-to-play, and it's Call of Duty. Now, again, I don't have the time that other people have, and this is just an opinion based on what I've seen, what I've watched other people play in other videos, but I am going to say, Mama said to knock you out to do the trailer was dope. I watched that trailer 3 times, by the way. So I'm going to say that out of the 4, I rank it as #1, and I think that it's going to hit 10 million if it hasn't already. It probably hit 10 million after 3 days.
No doubt. That's big coming from Boom, man, that you don't like the genre. That's a lot, man. Lord Addict, did you get a chance to play at all when you just eating chips?
I played 1 game and I dropped that.
You threw it in the bushes already?
I almost threw my whole Xbox in the bushes because of that game.
Oh, because it was like 100 gigs.
It's just like, look, like I get it. You know, people like this genre. I've never really been the biggest fan of the Battle Royale. The only game I even really like is Apex. And, you know, I have a lot of time in Apex, like 6 or 7 days.
So you like the genre.
I just don't
like he likes the characters and the.
But he like Apex, which is in the genre.
But I like it because it has the Overwatch aspect with it. It's
right.
It's not just that. Like, you know, when you come up on a squad, you like, what are they? Okay, it's a Pathfinder. Okay, they can't do this, they can't do that. I like aspects like that. You know, at the end of the day, like nothing's gonna dethrone Fortnite. We've seen this over and over again. Every time someone says, "Oh, you know, Fortnite dead," Fortnite drops some big content. I mean, they literally made a Fortnite Chapter 2.
But let me ask you this, Addict. But what about the Call of Duty name? Right?
They're gonna drop this when the next one comes out.
You know what? I'm gonna go with you, Ad. I'm gonna go at you.
Let's go. Let's talk about it. Mumble rap talk.
I'm gonna do this right because they little Uzi Vert right now.
Yeah.
Little Uzi Vert. They just dropped their joint right now. You know how little Uzi was on his little hiatus.
Yeah.
And I like and I'm gonna say that Fortnite is Little Boat.
Oh my God, I'm done.
Little Boat. Remember Little Boat was hot. Yeah. Minute he was in the street. He was all over the place. So he got fat right now. So little Uzi Vert was in the gym. So little Uzi Vert getting his joint together, right? So they dropped this joint. Because I remember they put out some free-to-play crap last year and the guns was garbage. And they got their face smashed in by Fortnite. Fortnite was like, who is these whack dudes? But I think the Call of Duty brand, their fan base is so ravenous. They're so different. This is the only squad that can stand up to the juggernaut. I'm not gonna lie.
every
year, juggernaut. And I'm a little biased. I'm gonna tell you why I'm biased.
Let's go.
I'm very biased because Fortnite smashed my PUBG in the face. They stole my PUBG money. You don't remember? They had the blueprint. They was like, we do it better than you. We're going to style on you. We're going to build trees on you. You know, remember that? They pushed them in the bushes. They took their money in court. They took their money on the court. They pushed them in the bushes, man. They had the worst engine. They gave them, they did them dirty. They did them dirty. So I really want them to fail miserably to the most unlikable dude. I want the most unlikable douche to mush Fortnite in the face and put them in the bushes because the Fortnite crowd is completely diametrically opposed to the Call of Duty crowd. Call of Duty crowd is ex-military, dude, bro, grab you up dudes. Fortnite is these candy-colored book bag dudes going around doing, you know, the stupid little dance.
Yo, you stupid.
The book bag dance kid, I want them to be bullied and pushed into the corner. I want Fortnite over. I think this is the right.
I think this is the one. This is the news. Yo, hold on, we gotta throw up the crest by my brother. Oh, what away Dragon TV with the $5 super chat. Happy birthday to me. Oh, happy born day, brother. I didn't know it was your birthday. I was souls for gifts. Come to card and get this smoke. I'm 4 mile, but my reflexes in my 20s. Natural born killer. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Happy born day, brother, man. Salute 108. I might have to. You might be on to something, man. We're gonna get to it, but I hear you.
Nothing.
What you say, Addy?
Look, we're gonna have all we're experiencing right now is Call of Duty the hot thing right now.
Oh, that's it.
Launch is free.
That's it.
Like people forget. Like 3 or 4 months ago,
this was Apex.
Fortnite had a black hole and was trending on Twitter for 3 days.
Well, they need to put a black hole up right now because the black hole is on their neck.
It's easy to say it's going to dethrone something that's not doing anything right now.
Sure. But let me ask you this, though, Addy. And you make a good point. We know Fortnite out here.
Fortnite gonna drop something. People are like Call of Duty. What?
But let me ask.
All that's gonna happen is the PUBG people that been wanting something new is gonna go over to Call of Duty. The Fortnite people are gonna go to Call of Duty, and then the Fortnite people are gonna go back to Fortnite.
But let me ask you this though. I want you to look at it very intently. I hear your point. All valid. Anything that has come against Fortnite has been forced to bend that knee. They've been bent. You came out strong, and then you get crushed, and you've been bending the knee. I get it, but this is different. This is
not different.
Activision. This is a machine. This is what. Hold on. Let me get my balls off.
That could be used against it.
Let me ask you this. This is arguably the most successful, next to Madden, right? The most successful franchise in gaming. This is what both platforms tend to buy, and free to play. And just one MPD. My only thing is, you don't think they got a shot at all to beat them? You think it's just case closed, Fortnite, that's it?
There's a thing, though. You know, since it has Activision, because I can throw that right around on the argument, there's this thing called, a whole studio developed to make Fortnite. Like, sooner or later, the next Call of Duty is going to come out, and they're going to be competing with each other. And then you're going to have this standpoint where is Activision are going to look at it from a perspective like, okay, how much are we really making from this brand? Like, I don't think
they got the micros in there. The micros is in there. They got the battle passes. All that.
Yep. I don't really think Activision is a company that's set to make a battle royale game. Like, you have to constantly be doing updates. That is why Fortnite's where it's at. That's why Epic is where it's at, because they know how to make this game.
Okay.
Yeah, they know how to steal a concept from somebody.
They had a giant event, and when the event concluded, the map was sucked into a black hole.
I feel you. When Fortnite drops, I'm not gonna front. The world start. There's no doubt. Let me get Boom in. Boom one jump.
Like I said, a black hole was trending for 3 days.
No doubt.
Nothing was even happening. They had people literally just live streaming to the black hole. Like, come on,
it's different. It's different.
Call of Duty's hot right now, but sooner or later, Fortnite's gonna react. Okay. They're not like Sony. They're not keeping quiet for 6 months.
Come on with this slander now. Get it, Boo. What you want to say, bro?
What I want to just add to the conversation is that if this was pre-Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I say no. They don't have a chance because you got to remember that Black Ops, thingamajig with no single player that they put out, they charged 60 ducats for. People enjoyed it for a hot minute, and then it fell off because it really wasn't that good.
Right.
But you have to remember, this is an Activision, this is a Call of Duty post Modern Warfare redo that everyone loved the single player campaign. Even people that normally didn't play the single player campaign played it. The multiplayer, which I don't play, was fantastic from what I understand. And now they've got to the free to play. So you got to remember, the good grace gamers are a fickle bunch. They remember when they want to remember, but they forget very quickly. And now that Activision is in the good graces of the gaming community with Modern Warfare being the strong single player, strong multiplayer, then they have this free to play thing. Man, I think that listen, I'll put it this way. No one's going to ever say that one game is going to take down Fortnite. It's going to take a lot to do that. But I got news for you. I think they've just punched him in the mouth. And right now, Fortnite is like, that hurt.
$6 milli rock on every block. 6 milli. Like, let me get these balls off.
6 mil, baby.
6 million.
Not no 3 million. Not no 2 million. It's 6 million. These Call of Duty dudes. I'm telling you, I think these are the brothers to get that stand up testosterone.
Let me get my balls off because this is how. King, look, I ain't going front. When you brought this topic up, I was like,
we talk about this at least once a year. It's the same stuff.
No. It's not even that. It's not even that.
It's different.
We talked about this when Blackout came out with their last game, the game before that. And what happened? People eventually started leaving that.
Here's the thing. And I ain't going for when King brought this up. I sighed, I rolled my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like
people try to go in there and knock Fortnite out in 2 rounds, and it's a whole fight kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's a fight. Oh yeah, absolutely. But let me get these balls off. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, I can't take away what Call of Duty has done, right? It's changed the game. It's the franchise that finally made me stop playing Halo regularly. I'm going to keep it a buck. Because when, Halo was in its bag, 2, 3, all that 4, whatever. And then I'll never forget when Modern Warfare dropped. That was a phenomenon, right? That's what pulled us off, you know what I'm saying? And made us do that whole competitive thing. Now, I rock with them all the way up to about Black Ops 2, I want to say. And then after a while, I'm like, all right, y'all. It's rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
it's the annual thing. I see what y'all doing. It's fun. It's just I'm done with it. So my new drug became Destiny. Like that's literally my whole competitive thing in a nutshell. Now I can't front, how I feel about Battle Royale. And when PUBG dropped, right, I just needed to know what is this Battle Royale, right? Why are people going crazy, right? So I jumped in, and I'm like, all right, realistic simulation, tension of the last person, the circle close, I get it. And I was riding for PUBG, you know what I'm saying? Then the warts start to expose, the engine, you know what I'm saying? And then the leak, the not frequency with the updates. And then, Fortnite came in and stole them bars and made it better. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give it up. As much as I hated what happened, they made it a phenomenon, right? Fortnite became what it is. So now we are to where we are. So I download this thing. I got to debut a new emoji, y'all. King, you may be on to something. Bro, let me tell you, man. That engine, oh my
looks good, man.
God. Boy. That thing is amazing. 60 FPS. I'm playing on the X. It looks phenomenal. It is fast. Great. The cinematics look crazy. It's just gorgeous. The tutorial was fire. The gun handling was crazy. Then I seen perks with kill streaks and 150 players. The vehicles look fire. They stole the Apex ping system where they like, yo, over there, this, that, number. But the joint that I like, where they really on to something that they doing that I ain't seen nobody do, is one of the most demoralizing thing is when in a battle royale game is you get limoed early. So now you like, oh, it's a wrap. Now they got some joint where they grab you up and they throw you in prison, right? So you're not over, and then you gotta fight your way out of prison against another dude on some one-on-one joint. And if you break out, they throw you back in the plane and you get to go again. That joint is fire. That little mechanic, I'm not gonna front. Now I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's kind of very single play-ish.
Yeah, like that is a fire feature. Then you figure. They got the cross-play, right? You got your PC, you got your thing. I even saw mouse and keyboard support if you want. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they can separate the lobby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Johnny Donuts, that gulag. That gulag prison, that joint fire, sir. I felt like I was Batman breaking out. You know what I'm saying? When he got caught in the bay and I had to get out and climb the mountain to get out. Yo, joint's fire, right? So I'm like, all right, King, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The map is humongous. It's humongous. It's nothing that I've seen before. So, listen, 6 milli, you know what I'm saying? Day one, smashing everybody. I know it's early to what Attic is saying, but I don't know, y'all. This mumble rap is kind of catchy right now.
Look, man.
Listen.
They kept up with Apex for 2 seasons, and every time something dropped, I was like, "This is dumb for Fortnite." I'm done. I am done scouting Fortnite out. They are the king.
You bet the D. You
like,
bet the D.
I'm done. I'm done
Hey,
fighting.
can I jump in for a hot second because I have hot off the press information that I'm going to read.
Let's go.
That's from VentureBeat, and it is going to. I actually have this as a topic tomorrow night, so I may have to move the topic.
Oh, my brother Boom debuting it. Let's go.
Here you go. This is hot off the presses from VentureBeat, right?
Let's get it.
Call of Duty Warzone debuted on Tuesday as the latest free-to-play battle royale game in Activision Blizzard's shooter series, and has officially hit
how much?
15 million players.
Billy, they get it. They Billy rock on every block. We Billy rock on every. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. They beat the Fortnite 1 week. It's over. Brendan E at it.
The king is dead.
Brendan E to the billions.
I think
first off, let's not act like Fortnite and Fortnite and Apex hasn't paved the way for people to know what this job is.
Brendan D at it. They did it.
I need a rebuttal here because I'm reading an article live on the air from Forbes that was just posted.
Let's go.
Call of Duty Warzone hits 15 million players in 3 days.
Wow, 3 days.
Outpacing record-setting Apex Legend. This is coming directly from Forbes.com. So breaking news.
Woo! My brother Boom with the millions. Wow, listen.
I don't care what people download a free link. I want to see who stays.
That's true. That's true. And
listen, we have to. You know what we have to equate this to is how well
that free tag.
Call of Duty. No. Hold on just a second. Hold on. Free to play is I think is the irrelevant.
How is it being free to play relevant?
No, it's because you're not letting me finish, dude. You're cutting me off like you always do. Just chill for a second. Let me give my point. Damn it. The reason what I'm saying is that yes, the free to play thing is big. Yes, sure, but we also have to equate to every time Call of Duty releases a game, it's number one in NPDs. It's the highest selling game on that year.
Facts.
Okay, if you want to pull up facts, if you want to see who sold the most games this year, 2019, not 2020, 2019, it's going to be Call of Duty.
I got to give you the millions emoji. They throwing mad millions for you guys.
You know what I'm saying? So if you look at the people that went out and spent the $60 to play mostly the online play, which is what most Call of Duty diehard players, they just totally skip the single player game. It should not come off as a surprise that 15 million in 3 days. And on top of that, and getting back to exactly what Cog was saying, what the new types of play added to this, the graphics, the 60 FPS, the gun handling, all of this is why they potentially, again, this is just my opinion, could take down Fortnite.
Fair enough.
Only people want to take Fortnite down is Fortnite.
Fortnite is
and I don't even play Fortnite.
It is over. The city is ours.
We say that every year, and then what happens? Nothing happens. People play a free-to-play game for a couple weeks, and they drop off and go back to Fortnite.
I don't know, man.
Addict, the city. This is different. It's different, Addict. It's over for Fortnite. Fortnite is done. We own the city now. The city is ours.
I can't. We got to bend the knee to shake. That's what we doing. It's shake.
Over.
Because for Borderlands.
Fortnite is dead. We've killed it. It's done. Let us pillage the city. It's over.
You guys are really doing that new game drug right now.
Oh
well, you know
God.
what? This drug is delicious. I think we're going to take this drug. Me and the 15 other people that's with me. 15 million, that is, brother. Millions.
Take that mask off. I can't talk to you with that mask, fam.
No, Shank needs to be here. Shank loves this. And I'm going to tell you right now, brother, it's over. I waited for this moment. For so long. And I'm going to tell you right now. It feels good, baby. It feels just like I thought it would. Oh, my God. 15 million. Shout out to my man Boom for the up-to-date facts.
I'm done with y'all. Oh my God, the
I'm going
millions.
upstairs. I'm gonna play soon.
Yo, King, you might be on to something, brother. I'm right with you. Holla at me. I want to squad up. That game is
just got a
fire.
bunch of Fortnite haters that
I ain't
want
gonna
something
front.
so bad that they'll speak nonsense just
Correct.
to see if it happens.
Addict, I'm gonna throw the fraud alert on myself. I want them finished. I hope Call of Duty do it. I hope Call of Duty do it.
I thought there's a time where I was with you guys, but after I saw that black hole nonsense, I'm like, yeah, Fortnite the king. There's no way around it. Like Fortnite the king.
This is a fun one. Look,
Shout out
Battle
to City
Royale.
Smith.
Oh, hold on.
Super chat. The city is ours. Who did that for you?
Yo, shout out to my man Smitty Smith. I gotta give you the special emoji. Who did that for you, baby? Call of Duty's out here. You know what I'm saying? Smitty Smith, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's gonna be an interesting battle, man.
The mask stays on for the rest of the show.
Look, it's gonna be a fun
Like I said, man, like we gotta see if they maintain that.
Yeah,
we can't see it
right.
Like, oh, you know, they beat their Twitch views, this, that, they beat their Mixer views, they beat these views. It's free. Anyone can download it. We got to see who consistently is in the game. Because if you don't remember, you know, it's like I said, obviously Call of Duty doing really good because it's a household name, and Apex and Fortnite has paved the way for free to play battle royale games.
Yeah,
so people know what to expect going into it, so they all downloaded it.
Look,
you got big streamers that's playing Fortnite and Apex coming over to play it. What do you think's gonna happen if they go back to their games?
You can't sleep on the power of Activision in that bag. And they will go hard too. Like they are finally up against it.
Who did that for you?
Oh,
Boom. We own the city now.
I can't. When you boom, you gotta chill. Boom, stop it.
Yes, boom. Yes, boom. Let's do this, baby. Yo, we waited for a long time to kill Fortnite. They're done.
That's what we said when Apex first came out.
Yo, listen.
Now
this
what?
is a different animal. This guy got money. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, Activision smells that cash and they're gonna go bust that butt. It's definitely gonna happen, brother.
Yo, they said stop the show, please. This is hilarious. Yo, everyone is on fire with y'all wanting to kill Fortnite. This is hilarious, yo. I got to move on. Y'all killing me.
Let's get some Into the Bushes for PUBG, though, man. It's a shame. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, PUBG. Whatever. God bless.
Yo, rest in peace. Into the Bushes with Pub. Unfortunately,
long live the king. Call of Duty.
Look at you frauding. Oh my God. Moving on. We gotta move on because King is doing too much, right? He's doing the most right now. We gotta get. He said, yo, shout out to Del Chat. He said, I love how King is jumping up and down. Yo, we gotta talk about it. You gotta stop. Moving on, King, because I can't keep screaming off you because I'm not gonna be able to focus.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, my jaw hurts.
he keep jumping with that damn mask looking like a fool. Anyway, moving on. Next time we got Microsoft, man. We got their GDC, and obviously we know the situation around it, but they are still doing live stream. They're calling it GameStack Live. So on Mixer, March 17th through the 18th, Microsoft states they will be live streaming content we plan to share at this year's GDC, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the 17th. Come learn about the latest cloud and game development tech from Microsoft. Go behind the scenes with the creators at Xbox Game Studios and ID at Xbox Program, and level up with deep technical talks and panel discussions by industry leaders. So I wanted to bring this to the lords in the realm. Number one and number 2 points. So number one, I wanted to say in reference to this, you know, is there anything, anybody got a chance to look at the list, and is there anything specifically from the list on the schedule that kind of excites you? It's a 2-day event. And then the second part will be, you know, obviously with the recent events, the pandemic and stuff like that, you know, canceling E3, you know, how do you want Microsoft to handle their rollouts? So 2-part question, GDC first, you know, Game Live, anything on that list excites you, and then how do you want Microsoft to move forward with stuff? So let's start with Lord Boom in the realm. You know, how you feel, brother?
You know, I mean, listen, I like that they put the list out, right? So they put the times out. We know exactly what's happening. You know, if something interests you, like maybe what they're, you know, what the technology going to use for Forza, right. If that interests you, you know, you're going to tune in for this. most of us, most gamers, especially when it comes to like the technical part of gaming, we're not really so much into. I don't necessarily know how much of the community is going to be jumping in. It's interesting that they're putting this live. I think that what I'm excited about on the second half of the question is, are they going to show something that we haven't seen already? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna? I mean, because I know that they're gonna go deep into the Xbox Series X, X Cloud connectivity. That's going to be very interesting to see exactly what it's going to be like when you're playing away from your console, and how easy the new technology is going to hold hands with one another. But the question is, what are they going to show?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we do know that there is at least one big E3 event coming, right? So we know that their E3 event is being planned as we speak. But are they going to show anything? I don't want to say interesting, because everything here is interesting, because we're going to learn so much about behind the scenes tech. So it's going to be interesting. But are they going to show anything that the gamers like myself, who are interested in the hardware and talk about the numbers, but I can't get into the weeds of it like a D-batch or a dealer or a cult.
Or
like that's why I tune into their channels for that, because they really know the behind the scenes aspect of building these things, because they're PC master race guys, right? But I'm interested as a gamer to see what this technology is going to do for me as a gamer. But I'm more interested to see if Microsoft is going to be aggressive and really shock us with something we haven't seen.
Fair enough. Real question, follow-up question to that. Before I pass it off, Boom. Now, in reference to the second part of digital only events, based on the situation going on in the world right now, you know, how do you want them to handle this kind of stuff moving forward? Like, we know, you know, do you want them to just kind of just do a one thing with like maybe E3, where they would have done it at E3 digital only, and then, or do you want them to do like a series of little mini events, you know, trickle throughout? Like, how do you want them to handle? Because we know they have to pivot, right? They had all that planning towards E3. From my understanding, like E3 preparation, shout out to Just Gordon, I believe, said it with the Xbox 2. They start at like October of like 2019. That's when they start their E3 planning. So that's a lot of work going in. So now that that's, you know, have to be changed, like, how do you want them to handle the rollout of Series X information in the games?
Well, we had heard prior to the E3 cancellation that we were probably going to get a show prior, right? We've been hearing that, whether it was going to be in April or May, right? We heard that there was going to be potentially a reveal of Series S, right? They were going to show what the console looked like. I think we should get that still. That was going to be a digital event, right? For this particular year, I think what they need to do is put out that 90-minute show. You know what I'm saying? And I think it needs to roll out. Look, if you look at what Nintendo does, Nintendo Directs or their Treehouse events are all digital.
Yes.
And they get the fan base crazy excited. We all watch these videos of people, you know, in a room, right, watching this, and like a Smash character is announced, and dude, I'm talking about it, gives me goosebumps, because those are real fans. They get so excited. They're in a party, and even when they're podcasting, we see, you know, 6 people, and they're all like with the cameras on, and you can see the excitement. And when Banjo-Kazooie was announced, how crazy the fan base got. So you can still be relevant and be in the know and be in the news with digital events. Now, this particular year, I think they still need to take whatever they were going to do, a 90-minute show, and bring that over to the digital event, where instead of just Phil being out there, they need to bring, like, like for instance, if Playground is going to officially announce Fable, head of Playground needs to do that. He needs to come out, explain who he is, get out there and say, yes, we know that you've been waiting. We have something special for you. And but now drop it right there. Every announcement that's going to come in this event, whether it's in 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes, is going to make news. going to be topics on people's shows. You know, IGN, even though they're not covering it, you know, live on the scene, they're going to be covering it, right? So all of the same excitement and fire behind an event like E3 it's still going to be something special for digital. So I think they need to be as aggressive as they've been being. Do a pre-event, get the hardware stuff out of the way, and just drop games.
I feel that.
in that E3, whatever it's gonna be.
Okay, fair enough. Lord Addict, man, GDC, the Game Stack Live coming up. You know, so anything on that list excites you, and then two, how can they move forward with their digital only?
That's all hardware, right? GDC.
Well, actually, there's a couple of things you might be interested in. On this
hardware, you know, we'll go to the other one.
Well, it is a lot of hardware. I'm not gonna say it's not. 17 on the 17th at 10:20.
I'm not on the dealer crack, man. I can't. I don't like the hardware talk. I leave all that to dealer.
Dealer's the best. Shout out to Dealer. But here's the thing: it's more than just hardware. Yes, this Game Stack. They're gonna talk about Gears. Coalition's gonna talk about how Gears 5 became gold standard. They're gonna talk as far as game wise. And day 2, that you might like. In Exile is gonna talk about Wasteland series, and then also you like. Gears Tactics, thoughts on optimizing for PC. There's a segment for that, and then 11:55 we got an Xbox Series X stuff going on. So any of that interests you at all?
Not even a light.
Why not even no Gears Tactics?
No, because they're just talking about how to optimize. Like I don't care what they did to optimize it. Just give me the game.
Don't talk about. I don't want to know what's under the curtain.
Like that's why literally you rarely see me comment on hardware, anything related to hardware, because I just want to click 2 buttons. I want to click my mouse twice, or I want to press A on the icon on my Xbox and it load up. I don't care about how it got to that point.
All right, so then, being that you're not interested in Game Stack, what about the whole, now moving forward with no formal E3, right? Like, how do you want them to handle these digital-only events moving forward?
They need to throw that whole E3 presentation in the bushes and rework it from the ground up.
Damn!
Because they go into that presentation with the set value that they only have this amount of time. That's no longer the case. So I think they need to have like maybe a week or a month to where they have a couple events that's dedicated to 1 or 2 things. For instance, like, if they're doing one on the you do the one at the beginning that they were going to designate all the announcements. And then throughout the month, you start dedicating other smaller ones, kind of like Nintendo Directs, to those independent games, to the Game Pass. That way, you stick in there a whole month. You get constant news, constant updates. And, I think it's more beneficial to spend more time talking about these independent stuff because we're going to a next generation. We're going to another console. And now you don't have a 90, 60 minute, duration that they have to do when it comes to E3. You don't have that anymore. You can do whatever you want now.
Right.
And, if they just dropped the 90-minute thing, I'd be disappointed because it's like, you're still going with the mindset that you're at E3, which I doubt they're going to do that because they haven't even rehearsed that stuff. I highly doubt any of that's on the table. They're going to do something completely unique. I just want them to be a little bit more specific in certain things. I want them to be very transparent, have a lot of communication. I want by the end of all of these events or this one event, there's no more questions because we still have a few questions. Obviously they got to show. They might show what the prices and stuff at GDC, and that I would be interested in that. I doubt it, but they might show that. We still haven't heard from the Lockhart. So we might hear stuff on that. Like, there's still a lot of questions and a lot of questions on games. When's Hellblade 2 going to come out? What's Hellblade 2 going to look like? Is the gameplay changed? Like, they need to answer more questions, and that's what I just want more answers.
No, that's fair enough. Lord King, does GameStack interest you? Does that lineup of topics interest you? And then how do you want Phil?
Someone said in the chat, Sony will use Morse code for their revealing.
Yo, Raid is so messy. Shout out to Raid. I like Raid G4. So King, like, and how does besides the games I think if anything interests you, how does Phil Dominance handle this change in position?
All right, so the first GDC let me explain. That is. It intrigues me for only one reason.
Talk to me.
That's xCloud. All right, so I believe that they're going to flush out what xCloud truly means, because the audience inside the GDC it's different.
Yes.
Okay, so the audience is tech based. The audience, it's like optimizations and stuff like that. How did they get said code to do certain things? How you can get this to perform in this light. So their audience that they're trying to market to and then trying to push the product to is a different audience. All right. So that's the reason why we tune into that, because as the audience shows, it kind of tips its hand into what the future holds.
Yes.
So you're going to see more along that tech, because a lot of people don't really understand fully how xCloud really works. And I think you're going to get that fleshed out in concrete, because I believe xCloud is going to start rolling out of beta and into a solid form. All right. So I believe this is the point of, okay, now we're finished with the beta. This is the data that we have, and this is what helped us get from point A to point B. And this is how we're going to roll it out going forward. And this is what we're looking to achieve with this. So this is what I believe that is truly based upon. All right. So when you say optimizations of certain games and Gears tactics and stuff like that, I truly believe that it's less like code breakers talking code breaker stuff together and trying to see how they can help each other going forward and who can leverage what tech going where. That's what I believe that is. And of course, I'm always interested in Series X stuff, but I believe it's going to be bare bones reiterations of what we've been talking about and nothing too much. Now,
let's get into it.
This is where you're gonna see if Phil can freestyle. See, now Phil's written is crazy.
Yes.
You know, he definitely can write down some bars. He definitely can go off a track. What scares me with the fact that E3 is canceled, we know that Microsoft can go on a stage and put together a show. They feed off the crowd. All right. So, and being in the crowd, you hear the people going crazy. When Keanu Reeves came out, they go for shock value, right?
Yes.
Their big budget movie going for shock value. Can they be that indie movie that can pull up at your heart? You know, now you're telling them
Christopher Hart said Phil don't got no bars.
Okay, well, I feel you, but Sony don't got no information. Damn. Let big boys talk while little boys listen. Shh.
Look, Sony ain't even listening, man. They out the building.
Listen, Sony already got your money.
They got their head in the sand. They don't even care.
Sony already got his money. He's done. Okay, so now we got to see if Phil can produce this little indie film instead of the big budget joint, right? Can he really get down to the grind, the brass tacks of the situation? Can he convey what he was going to do in a 90-minute show? Can he put that in little scale? See, Nintendo is the master of the indie flow.
Facts.
You know, so they told you, no, we're not doing what they do. The big budget do, let them do them. We got this flow, this joint right here. We can get this popping. Sony, in the other way, they can do both. Sony has shown you they can do both, right? We don't know new Sony, okay? So that's the jury is still out on that. My fear with the fact that Phil and the squad has to change streams. Right now, they're like Boom said, they got ready last October. So now you have to change how you're gonna roll it out. Maybe for the whole week of E3 that they know that the void is there, we can fill that void with information. So one day maybe it's Fable information. Next day maybe it's this information. And they build up all the way to the end of the week till they drop down the pricing. If you're listening, Microsoft, I have crazy strategies. But this strategy here depends on your ability to work without a crowd. And I've never seen them work without a crowd.
I'm glad you said that.
And that's where the fear lies in, because you stub your toe here. Because we know your biggest problem before with those Exos was the cringe-worthy jokes.
King stealing my balls. He kill you on your bag today, baby.
Yeah, you know, you never really been good with the digital presentation. You've been great with a crowd.
Preach.
And I think I think you're in trouble.
Wow, the
honest with
king.
you.
I'm the opposite. I don't think that's gonna be an issue.
I think they're in trouble for the simple fact that it takes more than just putting up stuff on a screen.
Right.
You have to do it with a certain level of flair and cachet.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that cachet and that flair, because Nintendo got that flair, baby. If you don't have that flair, if you don't know how to present, if you don't know how to do a little shadow and then reveal a character, if you don't know how to do that and you don't know how to have the musical cues, you might stub your toe. And remember, what messed up this generation, you stub your toe.
So out of curiosity, King, what way would you prefer them to do it? Like, if I were to
hire me. Okay.
If I were to choose a way to do it, I would prefer like a little less cringy because they didn't have as much as they usually do. But I would like an XO, like 19,
that last
like
XO that just went down. That last XO, they was on to something, wasn't it? Added?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the way they did it. And like the information in it wasn't the greatest, but I felt like the pacing was good.
It was great.
Right.
I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to go at it as an XO.
Yes.
I don't want them to go at it as an E3. I want them to go at it as let's say they take 3 games, right? Let's say probably they got 90 games. Right? So I want you to do it in batches. Let's say you said 5 games here, right?
Well,
this day we're gonna drop
earlier.
5 games. Right? And dig deep, just like you. But I'm taking what you said and what Boom said. Have the head of each studio present their games and their story, and you can do them in each game, get a 5-minute clip, because like you said, time is not a constraint, right? So do it in that manner and release 5 to 10 games a day until you at the end of the week and you end with the price drop and the mic drop. But don't do it in the beginning of the week so you can allow these dudes to recover. Just keep hitting them with bangers, but make sure that you do it in a way that shows flair, style, and substance. And make them beg for more for the next day. Because if you spill your wad, but if you spill your wad all in one shot, trying to knock somebody out the park when it's not necessary, you will stub your toe
because of the format change.
Okay, I have a quick question for you then. All right, do you think that? I think they should do a formal. This is my opinion. I think they should do at the start. Because I do think they need to do batches. They need to do events throughout a whole month and make it like a fan fest thing. It's an entire month of this and not just one day. But obviously they would need to launch it with something. I think that they do kind of like how we have it with Destiny with the roadmap.
Right.
Like have a month of a roadmap. On this day, this is going to be shown. Like this day, this is going to be shown.
Let me ask you a question. What do we lose in this generation? The age of wonder, surprise. So
but they don't have to, and they don't have to formally show it. All they have to do is they could put on there. Remember how during the XO they had one of them is redacted? They could literally just have that.
So you say put the lesser known games in between a good game and not a good game. A lesser known game and a highly anticipated game, and redact the name of the highly anticipated game.
Yeah, they could do anything like that. Or for instance, they could. They could sneak one. They could show something like, let's say they're going to show Obsidian's new game. They can name that as Obsidian, like, oh, we're going to show you Bleeding Edge DLC. And then after they show Bleeding Edge DLC, like, we got something for you. Like, there's multiple ways they could go about it. But what I really want to ask you is, how would they start it?
Started off with the
reveal, like the reveal of the console, what it looks like, obviously we know what it looks like, the price of it, and then show one key game, and then start it off.
At the end. I think you end on a thunderous roar. You save that for the end. You save the taking the curtain off the console. I don't think so. I think we don't care for that. We already know what it looks like. We already know what's inside. I think we only want to know what's going to play on the game.
Kind of like how they do it at E3 a couple years ago, where they but like. Part of me feels like that's the reason, like at E3s and stuff, they get that out the gate first. Like we already know what it is. We know the name. We know what it looks like.
But it's not E3 no more.
But I get. But my point is why would you hold on to information that you pretty much already know?
Because this, right? nobody cares no more about. We already know it's a box. We already know what's inside the box.
So then
We
now
want
why
to know
not
the
just show
price
it?
of the box,
Right.
and I believe for them to grab your attention.
Oh, Christopher Hart done put color in the chat.
Okay.
Oh boy, let's go. Get it.
PlayStation 5 will
But you got to
reveal
do
will
it
make
for me.
King
You got the
bend the knee.
$2 super chat from
Okay.
Christopher
Well,
Hart.
you know, Christopher Hart has a $2 super chat. PlayStation 5 reveal will make King bend the knee. Brother, if they say anything, I'll bend the knee. I mean, honestly, I think you're so on to something. I will bend my knee right back there for you if they say anything. You know, and
They gonna
obviously,
say, they gonna
they
say
have my
something.
money
Come
on hostage like they have yours.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
But you know, I'm excited because I do think that they're going to do something unique. Like, because now they don't have that time frame. I personally would like them to show the console starting it. But, you know, if they don't, I understand they're going to show that card at the end because they're, you know, you could use that argument on both of our sides.
Right.
Like, why show it first when we already know it? Why show it last when we already know it?
Right.
So,
but
how I would do it.
Go ahead, Bull.
How I would do it very simply is this. We've been to E3. We've known what they do. We've watched E3s numerous times. What they do, they have to open up with. They have to bookend the whatever they're gonna do. They have to open it big. They have to close it big.
I
How
agree.
I would do it.
I agree.
Is open it up with Halo Infinite gameplay.
Get it right to it. Get right to it.
Literally, it goes into like a 2-second trailer. All right, Chief. You know, we want you to take this, and they go right into gameplay, and they show 4 to 5 minutes of him doing whatever he's gonna do in an area, and then Phil would walk out and be like, okay, that was Halo Infinite. That's gonna be available this fall, right? And then they start getting into the thing, and then how I would close it out. How you drop the flag in the sand.
Let me do.
And you close it out with Fable. That's how you close it out. You close it out with like a forest. You know, you're all the way back. You see a forest. You come in. You see some sort of sword play. You do some character fighting a monster, and then he does some sort of magic thing. It blacks out Fable, whatever it's going to be called.
I love it. Let me ask you this, though, Boom. When do you do price? When do you do? Do you do it in the middle? Do you do?
You know something, dude? Because there's no E3, and because we already heard that there was going to be an event in April or May, which is more than likely May. I would love to see them get the hardware talk out of the way. Show Lockhart, show the Xbox Series S standing next to the X, and then you drop price $499, $299. And cut the black. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would do it.
Good one, man. It's a good one.
You know the reason why I don't like that philosophy. This is the reason why.
Let me hear.
The reason why it gives a rebuttal. If you're trying to rebut games throughout the week, now you're off your game because you don't know what they're gonna reveal next.
Right.
So you can say on Friday, Phil can come out with the game show host suit on. You can play some jokes and games with it, and be like, behind curtain number 1, and they pull up the curtain, and the Vanna White type of person comes out, and they reveal the price at the bottom of the Xbox One X series.
no white gloves, please. No white
gloves. And door number 2, and they have the Series X, the S, and they reveal the price. He can joke around with it at the end,
right?
Because they're still trying to recover from the games that were knocking their head loose all week long. And then you hit them with the price. And that's when you put the mic down. So you want the mic, you want the price last. Because the biggest thing now is everybody has the speculation because of the economy.
Aspect, it is better to have that last.
Right. Yeah, because you have the economy problem.
Because you give Sony less time to react.
Right. Because they're still trying to react from games. Right. So they have to rebut you with games. If you give a fire presentation throughout the week, at the end, you drop that price. Yeah. And you walk off the stage and you let it be how it is. Because the biggest problem right now is financially, in this day and age right now, for these couple of months, or we don't know if it's a year or two, whatever, financially, some of us might not be able to reach that
price
point.
Otherzik got a question. He said, could we hear the panel's discussion of Sony Jim Ryan's strategy?
Jim Ryan, Dance Moves Ryan, is just standing on the side. He put on his tap shoes because he's about to tap away. And listen, The strategy is whatever Microsoft say, baby. Whatever they say is a go. So
That's the strategy.
when we get to Horizon Zero Dawn on PC, I'm going to give you Jim Dance Moves Ryan's new philosophy on PlayStation.
Oh my god, yo, Cutie Vampire even got a Jim Dance move emoji. I'm done. They gotta get let me get my bars off, man. Y'all making good points. To the GDC that seems like no one likes except me, I'll make it quick. Yeah, man, I am looking forward to it. You know, there are some people addict. Shout out to dealers, shout out to me, shout out to my. We like tech. We like to hear what's going on behind the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know about the tech.
Under the hood.
Yeah, under I guess.
Behind the hood.
Yeah, behind the hood and under the hood.
No car don't work on no cars.
Oh man, they throwing me in the
said
bushes.
behind the hood.
If you go behind the hood, you in the car, man.
And that's how he liked it. He liked to drive the car. He don't need to worry about what's going on in the hood. Because if the engine light pops up, Cog knows who to call. Hey, something's going on behind the hood.
Fraud alert on me for mixing up my sayings. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, but I am looking forward to it because I want to see, like I said, some talking to new tech, how the studios are implementing it. You know, I like how Xbox Game Studios is all working together. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear that sharing of tech because let's be real, that's what made Sony Studios really great. They all work with each other. They all share information. And I like that culture that Xbox Game Studio is trying to mimic. So that is dope to me. Obviously, I'm a huge Project X Cloud supporter. So when I seen that information have its own day, I definitely want to know what's going on that. And to King's point, the next iteration of it, because as we know right now, xCloud is using Xbox One S Server X, right? They're not even using the Series X stuff yet. So being that they there, I want to see how far they're away from maybe getting out of beta, maybe another announcement. The other thing I want to hear about is them going to PC. Because I'm hearing rumblings about that. Shout out to Brad Sams and a couple other people. You know, them having xCloud in a PC browser, to me, is a direct competitor to Stadia. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I would love to see that feature. So any features with xCloud in that respect, I'm definitely excited. Now, as far as the rollout, I mean, look, y'all all making good points. You know what I'm saying? We got to see. I'm with King, though. I am a little concerned because, like I said, this was being planned from October. This is a major pivot now. You have to change everything, and you have to do it right and still maintain bombastic moments to get everybody hyped up. And this is where I feel Nintendo has the advantage. They've been doing this over Sony and Microsoft. They know how, like Boom said, how to get their base so excited where it's just like, wow, oh my God. Like this ain't nothing new to them. They used to these type of bars. You know what I'm saying? This is an adjustment for Phil. And like King said, I got to stand tall on it. Like I've said it on next podcast yesterday. Like I have not been a fan of their digital presentations when it's their own. Now, when it's Game Awards, that was what I'm talking about. It's a new day, a new Microsoft, aggressive, boom, boom. I want them to keep that kind of cadence and pacing, no cringe-worthy moments. They cannot treat this like it's an inside Xbox, or I'm going to be highly upset. Like,
can I just throw something in here that I think is the contributing factor to your not only to your fear, but why it should be curbed.
Right.
If you look back to the I hate when I forget people's names. The intern.
Yes, the intern from that stood up for Phil. Yeah.
And
so
I
let's do something different.
And she is exactly the shot in the arm.
Yes.
Microsoft needed. But besides that, her thinking outside the box, which is what has me excited for this digital event, it's the rehiring of Jared West. See, people are not talking enough about this man and where he came from, what he did for the 360, what he did for Netflix when he got there, and what he has started to do for the Xbox brand now that he got back in December of 2019. He is in charge of all of the marketing for the Xbox Series X and S, if that's what it's called.
Right.
And I feel that he is going to make sure that the same freshness and excitement that came with the Xbox 360 while he was there, he is going to bring that tenfold over to Microsoft now.
Now, to your point, Boom, where you are giving me confidence is since then, right?
Cindy Walker, I think her name is.
Yeah, since then,
Yes.
and since the Game Awards, they have been in the mind share. It feels like every 2 or 3 weeks we get some juicy Xbox One X, Series X
Yes.
nugget. And this is what I'm talking about, especially as a platform that did not win the last generation. They've got to do everything in their power to galvanize people, to get people excited to say, yo, I might consider getting this. You know what I'm saying? That and I have to agree. I feel there has been a change, right? It's been very Eddie Chimack, what's up? It's been a very different mindset, and I just want to see it continue. Only reason why I got the little bit of nervousness is because I just want to see now that continue on their own digital platform. So now they do whatever the shows they got planned, quick, concise, aggressive, nice plan. To King's point, maybe send Space Out Price to the very end, hit them with the bangers, hit them with the game, make the devs come out, do what you got to do. But it has to be that constant trickle of information, no cringe, I don't want it to be, it needs to appease the
Please,
hardcore.
no white gloves.
No white gloves. It needs to appease the hard. It needs to appease the hardcore game. It can't be a promotional manufacturer. Like a show, like the Xbox. I mean, the Inside Xbox always feel like it's some marketing show. Like it can't be that. That's what. So I'm gonna give them, give them a fair shot. See what they do. And the last bit is they got to do that the direct flair, which is that one thing Nintendo always does. Is that one last moment. Oh, by the way. And then their base goes crazy. Microsoft has to do it, whether it be Fable, some IP, something that people go, yo, remember, they bringing that? Like, remember how we felt on live stream? Oh my God, Hellblade 2, what?
And the biggest
That's
thing
what
is
I need, like those type of moments.
Their what the hell moment cannot be a third party moment.
Yes.
It's got to be there.
I agree.
I agree.
Party.
Yo, you know what, Addict? And I think this is where it changes. I don't think we get the leaks that we normally do, because remember last year they worked really hard on faking people out. Now that this stuff is internal and is in-house, I don't believe that you have to work as hard as to to fake anybody out, because they have to go and they have to set up and they have to rehearse and they have to go through that, and people seeing stuff being put together. So you have too many leaky holes.
Right.
And I thought that Microsoft did a great job last year. I think they can do an even better job this year.
Right.
With the level of surprises, and they can also take liberties with things, because no longer are they up against this imaginary clock.
Right.
Remember, they would go, then Sony would go, then Nintendo would go. So I believe now that when you control your own destiny, that can be a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
You have to know pace.
Right.
My biggest fear,
just pacing. Yeah, I agree.
Is them putting those. It's certain people I really want them to stay away from going forward, and I want them to have a different type of format. Don't look at it as an XO. Keep that away.
Yes.
Let XO be what XO is. Make this that, you know how when they showed Xbox X, Xbox One X, and it was talking, they had Mikey Barr and they had everybody up there, and it was going on to that reel.
Yeah.
And it was talking about the tech and what we did when we put this down, and we was looking for. I always thought that reel, that little segment that they did before they showed it, was so finely done. It was so incredible and so powerful, and I thought that was a step forward. And I really believe that was produced perfectly. Take that same format when introducing your games. Take that same format when you're going forward. Remove everything else, because they won't have anybody there, so it won't have to be the stuff that they were doing before. Like I said, they play great in front of a crowd. They don't play great alone, and I want them to play great alone. But y'all giving me a little bit more confidence in it, because I definitely didn't have it.
Boom give me confidence.
Thank you, Boom.
Yeah.
My pleasure. It's the least I can do. Listen, guys, I just want to say this. I can't hang out too much longer.
So good,
so I'll give you, once you move on to the next topic, I'll give you my spiel on what's happening with Sony, what people can expect, and then I'll be out.
All right, no doubt, brother. Let's get that going. Get at it real quick.
But at the end of the day, we might want something, but I think at the realm of reality, it's just going to be one show. Like,
it's a possibility of that too.
I think that they're not going to stick too far away from that, and they're going to have one show. I don't know if it's gonna have a bunch of cringeworthy in it. You know, I hope they stay. That's all I was saying. If they do one show, I want it more that XO style than the Inside XO style.
Listen, I wanted E3 style. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. But look, we got to move on. Lord Boom does not have much time. So, Lord Boom, man, we're going to get into it, man. Obviously, the Twitter streets were in a tizzy. You know, we got some news, obviously. Shout out to Lord Rand. It is a fantastic prediction. He actually made this prediction here on the Iron Lords podcast. Plug. Mm-hmm. If you were listening, my brother got stoned. He got stoned live on IOP. They had no love for him. They threw the shame. They did all the Game of Thrones stuff to him. They threw tomatoes. They did everything to him. But he lived to talk about it. And the day has come. Horizon Zero Dawn.
He ascends through the realm.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's right, man. It's officially, you know, come to PC. Herman Hulse had made the announcement, and you know, Twitter reacted. It was very, very spooky out here. So I want to give it to Boom. You know, with this information that has dropped, what do you feel? What nuggets you want to drop about this moment with Horizon Zero Dawn?
Well, first of all, Horizon Zero Dawn is a game that I have been championing for quite some time. It's one of my favorite games of the generation. And yes, no, I haven't platinumed it, and I probably never will, to be honest with you. I beat the game, went back in, started trying to get some of those achievements. A new DLC came out, which was fantastic.
Right.
And really, really enjoyed Aloy as a character. Loved the world that she has been brought to. Loved that this came from a team that was only known for Killzone, and really am looking forward to the part 2 that eventually is going to be here. Getting it to come to PC, first of all, if you are one of these console people that just don't look outside of your window, listen, this is coming. This is right now, Sony is starting small. And yes, the game came out in 2017. Yes, it's 3 years old at this point. And yes, it's on PC. But, you know, Kojima's game is going to be on PC at the same time. And that game just came out at the end of 2019. This is something, maybe it's not going to be day and date now, but you have to think that Sony is seeing the money that Microsoft is making. They're going to want a part of this, and you should be cheering this on. The days of you having a game locked behind a piece of plastic are done. And if you want to live in that era, I got a console for you. You know what I'm saying? Or the Xbox 360. You know, because you have to understand, when they bring these games to other people, especially with Sony, they're going to get more money to invest in a studio. We got to remember, when you look at Sony as a company as a whole, right now, the only thing that's holding them in the black is the PlayStation brand. Now, granted, yes, their movie division is doing well with their animation and, of course, the Spider-Man films and what they have coming out with Morbius and Venom. But the reality is that they need to keep the money flowing to make investments in new studios and new games. If you don't have, and here's the thing, I think the main cog behind this move is because you, and I'm looking at you, PlayStation frauds, don't go out and buy these first-party games. You put them on a piece of paper and you tweet about it. So that's what makes you a fraud. If they can sell more of these first-party games to other gamers who may not have a PS4 / PS5, they're going to be able to sell more copies. Wouldn't it be awesome to say that they sold 30 million copies of Spider-Man 2 instead of the 15 that only 15 million PlayStation 5 gamers? Yes, of course it is. And you know what? The one that could really harp on this question and really bring some light to what I'm saying is Kane, because he's a businessman and he understands that the more people that you market to, the more customers you have. The more customers you have, the more money you're going to make for your company. And if you can't think of that, I say go to college.
Shout out to
Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco. You dropped the bomb on there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. King, you want to get your name? Jonathan B wants to hear your bars very bad. He's like, I need King on this.
Okay, Jonathan. All right, so Jim Dance Moves Ryan has went to the great school of Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer. And Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer is Jim Dance Moves Ryan's fearless leader. And you understand when you're looking up to your leader and you want to emulate him, you do things that your leader has done already. You put games on PC. What exclusives? Listen. Boom is on to something when he tells you that there's 105 million of you guys. Because every time I hear it, it was like 120, then it was 16, then it was 15. You guys' numbers is really flip flop and doesn't look good in the light. I'm telling you, I never believed it. I don't care. All right, because you know why I don't care, and you know why I don't believe you guys, and y'all be taught numbers and all this other stuff is because if you have 110 million,
oh Lord, here we go,
and you release a game as great as Spider-Man and you're supposed to play games, let's say half of you people should buy the game. It should be 50 million of them sold, not 10, not 5.
Oh
so
God.
The question is, what's really out there? What's really in the source? What's really in the streets? Because I don't really believe you guys because your numbers ain't adding up. So when you say something like 15 million in 3 days in Call of Duty Warzone, that kind of makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense because you know those fans out there going support. It's about support. This would not be happening if you support it. This would not be coming to your doorstep if you was actually about that wallet instead of talking and tweeting. Put the phones down, stop talking and tweeting, and get out there and start ending these games and buying these games because you brought this upon yourself. See, when Microsoft started putting their games on PC, is because they had to. They had to. They had to sell, right? They had to make themselves viable, right? They had to go to another path. So what is good for the goose is good for the gander, my friend. So you have not been out there supporting in the manner that you claim that you have, because if you were, this would not be knocking at your door. If you sold 90 million in Spider-Man, I can guarantee you that stuff would not be going to PC. So when the next games fly on PC and your little tears start running down your little faces and you start saying, no, these are my exclusives. Well, you should have supported your exclusives because this wouldn't be happening to you.
King, 5 million, you know what I'm saying? That's a good number for
That's
a lot
garbage compared to 110 million. If I got 100, you know what happens? If you have 110 million and you only sell 5, do you understand what the boss looks at you and say, what the hell are you doing that you're not pushing to everybody?
10 million ain't support, King? Come on.
No, 10 million is not good if you got 100 million in the hood. I want to know where is the 90 million at? Where's the 90 million? How can I get to the 90 million?
So what you're saying is, King, games like the Call of Duties, the Maddens, the third parties that generally, you know, tend to dominate MPD and the mind share as far, is that what we're saying? They need to be on that level?
Man, how can you get to these numbers? Why is your exclusives got to go someplace to make their money over there? Why can't your exclusives make their money at home? I just gotta figure it out. I just want to know.
I'm done. It's still good, King. It's not,
I mean, it's not good. It's not good when you're looking at the whole pie. If you sold 110 million, so you're sitting in the room saying, "Boy, if we just sell half of that, we be rolling in the money." And you come back and those dudes is light in their pockets. They come back, we only sold 5. Brother, if you don't get your behind out there and start pushing this way, so we can get this stuff done, I don't care about it no more. 110 million. Stop talking these numbers, and you're not pushing 110 games. Where's the one game that's going to sell one-on-one? And I'm going to tell you what game does that, because Nintendo doesn't have no problem with this. Do they? Do they?
I don't know.
All you do is Nintendo sold 50 million. How many Breath of the Wilds was sold?
I got to look up the numbers. We got to bring Piscatella in, man. All I will say in defense of Sony is that, like I said, you want that diverse piece of pie. So it's still selling 5 and 10 is not bad. Obviously, it's not, you know, what those other, as far as the base.
Horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
You're terrible.
I'm telling you, any way you look at it. Okay. This is where it's gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you.
Oh my God.
All right. You have 12 teraflops, but you're only using 2.
Can't use teraflops. I'm getting to the super chat.
We get the rest of the teraflops to work. where's the rest of the teraflops at?
Listen.
You ain't gonna buy no system where you only gonna use 2 teraflops, but they got 12 available.
Oh my god. Diversity of titles is important to any console. Let me get the super chat.
That's gonna get 100 though.
Oh my god. Aaron J put up the crest in the realm. Aaron J 94 $2 super chat. Please tweet me this section, please.
Did you get the Smitty Smith $5 one?
Please get Smitty Smith.
So we got $5 super chat from Smitty Smith. Phil Spencer, hey Sony, we don't believe you need more people. Bars.
Wow, I gotta give him a who did that for you, Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer for that. That was very smooth, Smitty. Look, man, we gonna get Attic. You gotta get off real quick, and I know Boom's gotta go. Let me know when you gotta go. I'll try you out, brother.
Guys, ain't.
Oh Lord.
I do think that I've always been astounding for when it comes to the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Putting your games on PC does devalue your brand,
Mm-hmm.
but people act like it's huge. No, you got certain, and it's not necessarily devaluing the game. It's devaluing the customers on your platform. When you give people the option to buy it on another platform like PlayStation, PC, then there's this thing called Steam people can go to and buy all their games on Steam and just buy that one game on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So now instead of PlayStation getting these the subscriptions, the cut they get from selling all third parties, some people are just going to get stuff on Steam. Is it a large amount? No, it's not, because there is such thing as console gamers and there is such thing as PC gamers. But when you probably got a good amount of people that have both, and if you give them the option, they're not going to buy it on both. Right. They're going to buy it on their PC and they're going to play it on their PC. I don't think it's a big deal. You know, they might lose some, mind share when it comes to the console thing, but we're talking like pennies.
Right.
When they're making dollars by offering it to the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on Steam that will refuse to get a console. Right. So it's the right move. Do I think it devalues the brand a little bit? Yeah, but it's not enough to justify not getting that money.
What about the fact that it's 3 years later though? Like it's so much later in the cycle.
It's not the exclusive that's devaluing the brand. It's the giving people options to play your game on another platform. Right. For instance, people that have it on both consoles, let's say that someone just jumps the gun and just buys a PC because of this. I don't know why you would do that. Right. Because they're under the impression now everything's coming to PC. They're on the PC platform now. They're not on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 platform. They're not paying for your live anymore. They're not buying your third-party games that you get a cut of because they switched to PC. It's the same thing that happened with Xbox, and Xbox is a day one. They endorsed it a lot more. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, there is a vast majority of people that is on that PC platform that it does not matter what you say, they will never buy a console. And that's the target for Sony. Sony doesn't care about the little in-between people that own both consoles, because they know at the end of the day, it's a very small percentage. It's not worth, it's worth to then devaluing the brand just a little bit to these people that have both to make sure that everyone on Steam gets the game.
I feel you. Let me, Bull, how we doing? As I want to get my bars off, then get you out of here. How much time you got?
Yeah, I got 10.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. Let me get my bars off because we got to get Bull by. Listen, man. This is, I ain't going to talk about the exclusive thing, but look, man, it's sad times for some of my PlayStation lords, man.
I'm worried about some of them, man.
Yeah, it was looking real spooky on social media with these reactions. I was hearing betrayal.
Let's not talk about the trashing of the office.
Oh, that was bro. People were talking like life-threatening to Herman Holst and Jim Ryan. Serious. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Lord Rand came on ILP, told y'all what happened. Y'all pelted the stove.
And what's funny is I was told there's more.
and I'm getting people ready. This is not going to be the last. More will come.
You're gonna have. This is the process.
Yeah,
it's gonna sell well because Horizon's gonna sell well on Steam. It's going to.
Somebody get Gene with the $10 super chat. Somebody get Gene.
You got a $10 super chat from Gene S.
It's a gaming.net.
Horizon Zero Dawn on PC is just an ad for Horizon Zero Dawn 2. These next gen consoles are targeting PC users. Kojima is second party. Dreams will need PC to survive. MLB is forcing Sony to go multi-plat. you know what? It's like I said. I've said from the start. Remember when I used to argue the good old fight? I'm like, look, like. Sony owns all these games, and they're letting them all. I said that they own Death Stranding. Remember Hugh? I got into it with Hugh over. I was like, they own these games. They're coming to PC, and they're letting them come to PC.
All I'm gonna say is, you know, I get it, PlayStation lords. I understand the frustration. You know what I'm saying? You hold on for that. But my Xbox lords, they are familiar with this process. They know what is to come. You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes. But you know, y'all even got the developer and producer of Horizon Zero Dawn chastising y'all for y'all actions. Let's go. So you know what, Boom? You know we gonna make it biblical. We got to read the spirited passage, the good word of Lord Reverend Sam Sharma. He's the Reverend. We got to go to Revelation chapter 4 verses 1 through 6. Let's do some Bible reading, and we're gonna go. Oh, brother, you know, verse 1 states. He said, which brings us to games being exclusive after a while. It's not trivial to port a game to a different platform, even if the architecture is similar. The submission guidelines, testing. All of this costs a lot. First 2 reads, all this work and cost are incurred so many people can enjoy the game. If you already bought it, obviously you played and enjoyed it. The assumption is the transaction was fair. If you bought a console in the game, you got a console in the game. We make games because we generally want to delight and entertain people. Any chance developers get to do that with a new audience, they will take. Verse 3, if you are angry and think this is a betrayal because the game will now be played by more players, you are being unkind to yourself. You're letting yourself think that you have exclusivity over a game. Somehow defines your self-worth. You are wrong. And the final verse, you're worthy. I am capable of lovely things. Games are entertainment and art we make for you. You're not defined by them. Love them, but don't let them be your sense of self. You are worth a lot. Be kind to yourself. And then you have the good word, man, from the Reverend.
You know what's funny, Cognito? The people flipping out are the same. It's coming to PC. Are the same people that said, "I don't need an Xbox. I got a PC." See, look. At the end of the day, like I get it. They're not really worried about it's like I said, the exclusive devaluing the brand. They're worried about the exclusive devaluing the ecosystem because people might leave the PC to play these games and not come back to PlayStation. But chances are, if a PC gamer picks this game up on PC, he's already got a PC. He ain't buying his third parties on the console already. So you might as well give him the option to that platform anyway.
Yeah. So look, let's get the super chats.
There is a such thing as a console gamer, and there's a PC gamer. Yeah. Like they are things.
Yeah, man. We got Gene, right? Smitty Smith.
No, Jonathan B.
Get him.
So we got a $5 super chat from Jonathan B. Last time I checked, every PC has a Microsoft logo on it. So have fun playing Horizon on your Xbox this summer. Okay, you got the emotes. Who did that for you? Got to put that up there.
I got it for him. I got it.
Who did that for you? Word to Phil.
Phil down his back. Yeah, I'm messing.
Got a $5 super chat from Smitty Smith. Hey, Sully, get your bags ready. We heading to PC. Sign Nathan Drake.
Hey, messy.
You know what's funny? I have every intentions everything's coming. Because if you look at it, I think the only reason Horizon's coming so soon is because they already did this for Death Stranding not too long ago, so it was easier.
Shout out
I have a feeling God of War is going to come soon. Jonathan B. Phil Ghost wrote the scripture.
Oh my God!
You got a $5 super chat from Philly Eagle. That's probably the best culture I've heard in decades. I'm just saying.
We got to read the good word from the brother. The PlayStation. He had to chastise his own PlayStation Nation. Woo.
It's like I said, man. Like, does this devalue the brand? Maybe just a little bit, but it's not relevant enough to not justify going for the millions of potential customers.
Yeah, millions.
And when you double the revenue because you're putting on a platform that has more active users than the consoles, and you double the revenue for the games, you might get a better, bigger budgeted game for going into the next one that you wouldn't necessarily go.
I don't even think it's about the active user. I just think, look, it's out of the cycle already. You know what I'm saying? They've made their money. And it's at the end of the day.
I think within 2 years they'll be coming day.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. They right now, Herman is holding firm that's not happening. That's what he's saying right now. Herman is saying.
Herman wrong.
Because you know, it's like you in the boardroom, addicts in the boardroom.
There's articles where Microsoft said it wasn't going to come day.
Yeah, I know. So what you're saying is, like,
it's PR talk. They're
right.
Like,
So you're saying it, yeah. So basically, you're saying like this.
See what happens. They're like, yo, is there that many zeros on that?
Wait till the check come back.
Whoa.
Listen, it's coming date and date. Like, you dudes, you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. If you wanted it
They're
to
gonna have to
stay,
fall on their sword, man, because they're the ones that attack. They're gonna have to fall on the sword.
if you wanted it to stay in the house, you wanted it to stay close to you, you should have treated us better. You didn't.
I'm done
You
with
should
you.
have paid for it. You didn't.
I'm done.
You want to cry? You want to talk about? Well, I'll get a PC for for Xbox stuff. Well, get a PC for your PlayStation stuff too.
Anyway.
So now that we gonna move on from that date, Dan Smooth Ryans wants that bread, bruh. And you know what? Listen, Christopher Hart, I want you to go buy a PC right now so you can get more teraflops out so you can play it better on PC. Who did that for you? Shout out to Phil Dominus, Maximus Spencer.
Okay, he wants to say King in the Bushes. Let's get some real Bushes emotes in there for Christopher Hart. Let's put him in the bushes. Because you know what, Christopher, at the end of the day, you ain't in the realm, so you can't use the bushes. So go ahead and put some bushes in there for Christopher Hart. Get him in there in the real bushes and not the fake bushes that he got going.
Listen, let's get the poll and Boom's got to leave, man. With the mostly positive reception of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, how do you think Microsoft should handle their continued relationship with Moon Studios and the Ori franchise? The choices are A, sign Moon Studios immediately, lock Ori into the Xbox ecosystem. B, maintain current relationship, let Moon Studios decide the fate of Ori. Or C, I don't care until they fix them bugs in the game. Shout out to all the people that will go up on the poll soon. Lord Boomstick XL, my podcast brother from another mother, returning gloriously. It's been a long time. Where can the fine people find you? What do you have going on, sir?
Well, obviously, you can find me on Twitter. I think I'm clocking in almost 90,000 tweets. I'm very busy. Yes, you can find me on Twitter at MrboomstickXL. Easiest way to find me. DM is open to all. And yes, if by some chance you do message me that you're not following me, I will message you. I will look at your DM and we will talk. I enjoy talking with this community. Primetime Gaming is going live tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. as it does every Monday evening.
Nice.
And we don't have a guest as of yet. I'm kind of trying to lock down somebody to be in there. I'm working on someone. I'm waiting on the thing. But we are going to have our regular panel of amazing, regular panel members that will be there for the 2 full hours. Of course, this week is going to include Breakfast with Boom on Friday, Thursdays, Xbox Factor podcast. But I would like to make an announcement, as this is a way for me to assist in curbing the everyday nervousness that people are having. I'm going to be adding one additional live cast on Tuesdays for 60 minutes. For it's going to be an additional Xbox Factor podcast where Zemi Games and I are going to tackle one particular topic and we're going to break it down. And I'm doing this. This is, like I said, as soon as the world kind of gets back on its axis, we will get back to regular 3 live shows, because it is a lot to do when you have to write these shows. But for now, to kind of assist in helping this community deal with the situation that's currently ongoing within the world, and to curb some fears and to give you something to listen to, I am going to add one additional show per week to the fold. Again, it's only going to be on Tuesdays. It's going to be probably at noon, and it's going to be only 60 minutes or so. But it's another show that you could look forward to again, kind of just calm people's fears with everything that's going on with the world.
Yeah, dude, much appreciated, bro. That is so huge. Obviously, what's going on. You know, I have to admit, man, I was really looking forward to podcasting today. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, get our minds off everything. And again, people are in their homes. They need things to do, so we can provide that value, that entertainment, and you providing an extra show, again, gives people things to do. And like I said, I haven't been like I said earlier, as proud to be a gamer right now, because, you know, we are lucky that this hobby allows us to do things like this and still have fun during these kind of conditions. So salute to you, Boom, for that. And again, salute to the awesome, if you have not watched it on Double Barrel Game, the awesome charity stream that we did for my brother Lord Dizzy. It was amazing. We did a lot for the community. Shout out to Xbox Quick, Mike Ibarra, Randall Thor, Zemi Games. Boom, it was amazing. And of course, the amazing Willie Hood. You know what I'm saying? Look out for him soon. And yeah, man, it was phenomenal. So let's get these outros going. Lord Addict. Where can the fine people find you and still riding for Fortnite?
Nah, I can't stand Fortnite, but I'm the only one on this panel being realistic, I guess. But, you can find me on Twitter at LordAddictILP.
Yes,
you can find me on YouTube at Gaming Addict. That's the real addict. On here is the censored addict.
The censored interrupted
I'm gonna
boom
start
today.
going by that. I'm the censored addict from now on. You can also find me on Twitter. I am the
I love when you say that.
F7 fanboy confirmed addict. That's my name on Twitter.
I love
right
it.
now.
I love it.
So, definitely, I want to thank everyone for coming on. I want to thank Boomstick for coming on. We definitely we had almost 200 people in here. Definitely hit that like button if you guys don't mind. Let's get it over 100 before
Facts.
It's 4. There's 4 of you and there ain't liked it. Come on, let's get it done. So we definitely because that we had some stuff going on with the virus and stuff like that.
That should be
we have delayed the community day because obviously you can see that Lord Sovereign's not here either. So we can't do it with Lord down.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely be looking out for Twitter. We'll give you more updates on that.
Playing Call of Duty.
You go to Warzone. Well, I'm down for that. I'm all about that boy. That community day. Let me in. Cross-platform too. We can cross-platform.
But anyway, I just want to thank you all for coming in. One good thing about being a podcaster is we don't have to shut it down.
Yeah, facts.
We do this from the safety of our homes.
No doubt.
Once again, God, we'll see you next week because we always consistent.
Yeah, man. So again, salute to my brother Lord Solve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he'll be back soon. And like I said, send his wishes and everything like that. Lord King, where can the fine people find you, sir?
What's going on, people? All right, so KOS is coming up this week. As you can see right here, it's display boxes. Those are those display cases that I'm putting up and stuff like that. And those are statues that's in the boxes. To be honest with you, I was a little bit depressed because I won't get a chance to see my brothers, the West Coast brothers, J Bone, Ant the Ruler, Requenio, Chris. De jour, the whole Cali family, and I don't get a chance to hang out with Colt because I definitely wanted to spend more time with Colt, and Boom was in the house, and it's a lot of things. I was going to meet mods and hang out with Enrique and Ainsley. We was gonna talk statues.
Forte was coming down.
Yeah. You have Forte, you had Eric Jackson, Eric J. Like it's so many things. And then I had to take a step back and say, okay, King, you can't be as selfish as you want to be. You have to really dial it back because, at this point in time, everything is in peril. There's people in the streets passing away, and this stuff is really serious, and we want everybody to be safe. First and foremost, all right. This is not a joke. It's not a game. This is very serious. If you think it's a joke and it's a game, I know I joke around and I play around a lot, but I want you guys to be safe at all times as much as possible. Don't take unnecessary risks. Don't do things that you won't normally do. And if you can protect yourself a little bit more, just do a little bit more. Just go that little extra mile because you never know what may save your life. So anyway, like I was saying, you can find me on Twitter, King David OTW. You can jump on Xbox Live where I'm rocking at, and if you want to play with me, on PlayStation Nation. My tag there is Xbox 360 Lover 01, and I'm not joking. That's my joint, and it was so great that I wasn't able to change my name because it's mine, and I'm not giving it up.
I am done with you. Look, man, the road was lit today again. Salute to everybody that pulled up. We had a fantastic show. You know what I'm saying? Again, check out LordsOfGaming.net. Please support those articles. That really helps us. All the coverage, retweeting it, spreading the word really, really helps us. And again, fun show. Was definitely looking forward to. That's all I got. If anybody's got anything else, we are up out of here. So everybody enjoy your Sunday. Peace.